also hasn't not been confirmed, but there has been no news from Lionsgate. To my understanding, like I said, if you guys know more about it, let me know. From what I've seen, there's been no news from Lionsgate. From that director, there's been no news from Universal, from the MJ state. Nothing has been confirmed, or they have said nothing about it. So till now, this movie hasn't been pushed back to a further date. So the October 3rd date still stands. Hey Jess, let me you can speak more on it if you have, and then let me bring Ray as well.
Yeah, reshoots are normal. Um, when you sometimes that happens. Plus, I think that might be why I got pushed back too. Because when you I don't think that's the reason because um there has been in other it's been in other like movies and stuff like that. So I'm like, this is odd that somebody would put that out there because it's all over really big like platforms that they have in there. So it's weird that they said that because that's not the reason why it was taken out. But it can't be because it was definitely in other films or mentioned. It was in documentaries and stuff. So I highly doubt that. But reshoots are very normal.
But yeah, no, I agree with y'all. I think I haven't heard anything specific about like if the reshoot is happening. I want to say it probably is, just because I know it happens in movies all the time, like you said. But I don't know. I don't think the reason why it's being reshot is confirmed, as far as I know. I mean, I've heard things. We've all heard things, but I don't know exactly what, like, if it is happening, if what we've heard is why it's happening. And I think no matter what, I think even if the reshoot is happening, it's not really a negative thing because, like you said, it happens all the time. And I think that just means that there's going to be more attention to detail, and or hopefully that's what I would hope anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like,
Yes.
we know, we've done our research. We know the details. We know the phone calls. We know the video, what is it, the tab phone calls where the father of that child is saying he wants to destroy Michael and all of that. I don't know how much they can go into it, but they should definitely talk about how sabotaging this was, how the California laws had changed because of this reason. How they wanted to do a civil trial before a criminal trial, and how that, well, if you do your research, how that would, take Michael's American right away to have a fair
Hmm.
trial. If you know how all that works, then you know how unfair it would have been to Michael. Why last minute he had to agree to this whole situation that happened because they wanted to go ahead and extort Michael. And Michael was trying to fight it till the very end. If they have any question, what is this called, Square One? They can watch that and hear what the child at the time had said about the whole situation, kinda, in a sense. They don't speak, fully on it, but they talk about how they still love Michael and stuff like that.
Hello and welcome. Welcome to the madness of the internet. Hey, Tor. And hello, everyone. Oh, wow. There's a lot of y'all tonight. Let's give a shout out for Serena for tweeting that we were going live. There's a lot of work. Toy will tell you there's a lot of work behind these lives. So if y'all can spread the word or anything, we appreciate it because I don't even have time to advertise this half the time. What up, Kelly? Hello. Carol, how's everything going in California, sis? Let us know. Wellness check. Tori, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Beside Square One, what else debunks the mockumentary that you can think of?
The creator, who's putting together Trial by Media, that docuseries that's supposed to come out, he made I think I was trying to tell you about this before? He made like basically a montage of clips from the mockumentary, and he put it together. And basically, he'll put a clip from the mockumentary, and then he shows like the evidence and the proof as to why it was a lie. And it's called "The Lies of LN," and it's on YouTube. It's about 50 something minutes or an hour or something like that. It's good. I say it's a good alternative if you don't want to watch it. Like watch actual Leaving Lies, we'll call it that. View because I just watched that. I still haven't seen that
All of it.
mockumentary because I just
Oh, and
didn't. I didn't want to waste my
I
time.
don't have time for this stupidity. I don't. We got the cliff notes. We know there was a awesome, mighty group of moonwalkers that said lies, 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 and take this down. So, and that was in real time. Like y'all didn't even hesitate. Y'all were like, nope, 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 nope. 60 plus lies and inconsistencies. So, confused Ice Climber. We will definitely watch that series that Tori just spoke of, Trial by Media.
It's called. Sorry, it's called The Lies of.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
We will definitely be doing it because it's good to have refreshers, and for some of us, like myself, I didn't even see that. So, heck yeah! What's up, Profess? Absolutely, we're definitely going to talk about that like in 5 seconds for sure. Yes, absolutely. So the reason why we are doing Square One while poor Tori was working her behind off, Jennifer had mentioned the Square One movie during the station head. So let's get this up right now so we could just so I can even speaking of Jenny Jen.
Hello.
Here we go again. Yo, here we go. But we were just talking about how your station head had brought this movie up, and as promised, we were like, we're gonna do it. But do you want to like talk about some of the highlights from that station head we did on the reshooting discussion?
Yeah, so the main focus for that was about the whole controversy with the reshoots. Again, reshoots are very normal in the film industry. Like major films, the Marvel, the Disney movies, the Batmans, and all of that happen all the time. Reshoots is very, very normal. It has not been confirmed again by the MJ estate, by Lionsgate, by anyone in the production, or the director that this is happening. It's just a rumor that started by tabloid and somebody that is very well known to dislike Michael Jackson. But if it is happening, it's normal. And the reason, if it happens, again, it's not been confirmed, it might not even be for what they're saying it is. So
I'm glad you pointed that out, and that's why we open up this live with what you said in your station head. You were like, not one person from any of those sources said we're doing a reshoot or why they're doing a reshoot. So I was like, you know what? Let's start this off with, because I mean, it was an awesome discussion about everything. So it's like, yeah, just in case you missed it, some of you guys still don't have the whole station head set up for you yet, but yeah, great points for sure. And of course, between me, you, and Tori in the chat, we are going to discuss, what are your thoughts about it, the reshoot. But MJ Innocent had said, due to the recent news of the reshoots taking place with the upcoming biopic, there has been lots of theories as to why reshoots happen. The reality is this is common throughout film production, as everyone has mentioned. To offer reinsurance, MJ has a tailored space that discusses all things related to the Michael movie and would love to have you join us for the latest news and information. If interested, there's the information there. So there's some sources And so let's get into the discussion. Before we get into discussion, though, let's make sure we said hi to anybody else who came in. What's up, El Boogie? Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Listen, we all have a busy life. We are so appreciative when you can make it, and when you can't, we totally understand. Sometimes we miss each other's stuff. Like I miss was it Janet Jackson station head? I literally fell asleep like early, like old lady. I was asleep by like 8. Good night. Loving Neverland. I never heard of that.
Yes, great one.
Okay.
There's a lot of good side projects that the fan did after the mockumentary came out that are wonderful to watch.
Nice. Okay, so what we're going to do, because right now, again, Jennifer had pointed out in the intro, for now we know the documentary, the biopic is coming out October 3rd. We need to start watching films and start just getting ready for everything. So we're going to definitely make a list. I know we're going to do a couple of biopics, right, Tor? Bohemian Rhapsody, Elvis. There's a couple other ones you guys mentioned. I think someone said Selena. So just so we can see what other biopics. And I'm telling you, we are going to be doing.
No. No.
Come on.
I'm gonna touch your hand when I say this.
No. Oh man.
I'm playing.
Oh, what's up, AJ? Thank you for AJ has been working hard on that on Twitter, informing everybody.
It's crazy out here recently.
Yeah. We don't know. Jen and I, and mainly Jen and I, were talking about on Station Head possibilities of things. We just need certain things to play out, even like for us personally. But the minute we hear stuff, we'll let you guys know. Like, we don't gatekeep. We do get our tickets first, and then we say, "Hey, everybody got the tickets? Okay, go."
You weren't.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to these people. We get our tickets first, and then we say, "Hey, Janet Jackson's our tickets."
Lord,
No,
make sure we're
we said in real time. We did say Janet in real time, and it was a hot mess. Remember?
Yes, that was fun though. But yeah.
Oh, okay. That was fun. It was a hot mess, though. Yeah, we did see his newsletter. Does anybody have the newsletter on hand? Just so we could read that. So we'll definitely read what John wrote. It was good to hear from him. I saw your tweet, AJ, and I was going to put it in here. So, well, Tori, can we talk about the Super Bowl Sunday, or that's too soon?
You know what? I mean, we could talk about the whole thing, the whole week thingy, because that's definitely gonna be a part of it.
We definitely think there might be a huge possibility of that trailer dropping. Tubi has the Super Bowl streaming for free. So thanks to Tori informing us of what that was, right? It's called Tubi, right?
Yeah.
Because most of us don't have cable now, but we stream. So shout out to Tubi. We love you. Because I was like, oh my God, I don't have cable this year. So these are not real problems, but I think it's going to air. What do you guys think? And chat, what do you guys think? Do you think this trailer is going to drop during the Super Bowl?
I hope
think
it does.
It'd be the wisest thing that they do.
Heck yeah. If they don't, I would be so annoyed. Not even regular annoyed. Just like, oh my God, Becky annoyed. Like,
I'd
don't
be disappointed, no lie. Because
I would.
the perfect timing. And it's very Michael fitting.
Oh, okay. I heard we're definitely going to talk about that for sure. Now, these are times I'm not going to lie, I miss Melanie so much because Melanie would be probably working with Teresa and the awesome ecosystem she's created to make sure, even if she's in Cali, that New York has like things to do. We are definitely thinking of things. We just don't know. I think our biggest challenge is we don't even know if we'll be in New York. So that's the problem. So, but if I am in New York, heck yeah, we're doing a meetup at a theater, more likely 42nd or 34th Street. Please wear your like peacock with your favorite Michael Jackson stuff. And if I'm not here, I know Joey said he'll hold it down. So we'll get back to you. We're still adapting things without Melanie, but I do need to reach out to her. What do they call those people, y'all, in Facebook? Her admins to figure out what are we doing? Like whether I'm here or not, like what's the official event meetup? No. Hello, I think Super Bowl. Oh, Oscars. That would be interesting.
Was there hints or possible teases of it sometime during this week that it would show in Super Bowl?
No.
Or is it just like a
gut feeling?
I hope they do it because I'm gonna be so upset because I feel like we need to get going on this promo for real, for real. I think they should kind of breadcrumb it, like space out teasers, trailer 1, trailer 2, to keep people engaged. Keep reminding people about it.
Yes. Who was the one who made the correlation that Wicked came out during Super Bowl, but the movie played in October, November? Who was that? Was that Jen?
No.
Somebody said it in one of our conversations. And I'm like, maybe just somebody. I was like, you're right. More likely just not to think about it.
Yeah.
I think the trailer or teaser or trailer would drop. Yes. How do you do polls, man? We need a poll up in here.
You got to do it through the YouTube. Like, you can't do it through Streamer. You got to do it through like the actual website.
You know what? When we're watching Square One, I'm going to try to do it, and y'all can cast your votes. If it's at the Super Bowl, then it will be announced like the Smurfs trailer guy announced early today. The Smurf. There's a Smurf trailer.
What?
What? Oh no! Look! I can't. The fight's got that's crazy. Of Northbridge earthquake. What? I know it was raining in Cali and then it was snowing in Cali. Y'all just going through a lot.
And they had hail too.
Yeah, I saw the hail. I know some of y'all are going to be posting up about California, but I put in my stories what comes in my algorithm. So sometimes it's the Jacksons and sometimes it's California. Deal with it.
I think a lot of people moved on.
I'm not moving on from that at all. And I'm lucky none of my family was affected, but that's not the point. There were thousands of people affected. Like, yes. I'm going to keep, if it organically comes in my feed, I'm putting it up.
Yeah, too many people just moved on. Like, it was just like, they treat these disasters like a trend.
It's nothing. I'm like, this is real. I think it will because of the massive audience and brings Michael full circle. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't think you're wrong on that. I think it would be wise to do it during next week, y'all, next Saturday. And we know the trailer exists. People have seen it already. So just put it up.
Might as well.
Like, just do it.
Like, it would be insane if at the same time it aired on television, the Michael Jackson estate dropped it on YouTube, or I guess technically Lionsgate or GK Films will have to drop it, but it could be on the Michael Jackson Instagram, Facebook, Twitter accounts playing live on television all at the same time. So even if people around the world may not be able to, for whatever reason, like maybe watch it, like the Super Bowl in the U.S. live, they could see it drop like online, social media, um, like kind of like a worldwide thing. Yeah, Lionsgate would have to drop it, but I do think that the Michael Jackson estate could. Well, I don't know. It would be cool if they did, but I think it was AJ who pointed out that it's significant because of Michael basically popularized. He wasn't the first one to do the halftime shows, but he made it popular. He made it to where it was okay. It was cool to have mainstream artists in their prime, legendary artists on, like a level like him to do those Super Bowl halftime shows. He's the reason why they're so big now. So if they drop it during the Super Bowl, it would be symbolic.
Who was the first to do a full performance during the Super Bowl halftime?
I think it's him.
Yeah, that's what I believe. Michael, because before they used to have like bands and like drill teams and stuff like that, but Michael was the first, in my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, to do a full performance, the first artist. That's why he changed the Super Bowl halftime to what it is
Right.
now.
I
Because I
think
think
you're 100% right on it. That's why I was just like, yeah, show that commercial there. I don't care how much it costs you guys. You'll get it back.
Oh
I
yeah,
think they said before him it would be like artists that weren't like super huge or well known or just kind of just like basic performances and stuff. It wasn't nothing huge like he brought out.
Absolutely. I'm like, I mean, and let's give credit where credit is due. He has, my opinion, the best Super Bowl performance. It was maybe because it was the first, so it's just like he's the blueprint of that.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, there were some
Not,
great performances, but give the man
but
his props. Give him man his props.
who has engaged with the crowd like Michael did with those
Yes.
the
Exactly.
thing with the,
Yes. And it was
what do you
so
call
well
it?
done. Like they
Yeah,
were being paid. They were like, put up your cards.
and the whole stadium did it.
The message.
Mm-hmm.
I
That
don't
was
know that
big.
I don't know that any other artist has made like he didn't want the attention on him. He wanted it to be about the world and healing the world and stuff. I don't know that any other artist has done that for the halftime show.
Right, because usually that's not the message. But shout out to Michael for being positive and having an impactful performance that literally changed the whole format of the half show. So halftime show's awesome. Oh, here's a question. Either one of y'all could take that first. When did you guys become a huge fan of Michael's? Michael Jackson also who introduced you to Michael Jackson?
For me was in middle school, and who introduced me to Michael Jackson was my older sister and this lady from church who was my mother's friend.
Oh wow.
So, and I come from a, like, not very religious, but a very religious background. So it's kind of funny that someone from church introduced me to Michael Jackson, but that's, the message that Michael was and how impactful he was.
And you, Tori?
Um I became a fan when I was younger. Unfortunately, it was like when he passed cuz like he was like all over the news and stuff, and nobody in my family or anybody around me necessarily put me on to him, but like I think what it was like how everybody was just praising him in the news. And I remember like watching his memorial. um we made a big deal out of it. Like he brought families together even in his passing. I can't tell you how many times I heard people's families sitting down together just to watch his memorial. But just hearing how highly everyone spoke of him and stuff, I was like, wow, like I really, really need to, research more, listen to his music more and stuff. And yeah, and just seeing how he elevated music videos into short films and took things to a higher level, I was like, I've never seen anybody else do it. So that's what really made me a fan.
For me, middle school, like Jen, um, my auntie was obsessed with this song, Baby Be Mine, like obsessed. And so I was just like, what? Why is she playing this to death? And she also used like off the wall a lot. So I would say my auntie to be exact. And yeah, it was, I think most of us got introduced when we were young. So, what I learned from Michael's death, though, why we need to give people their flowers while they're still alive.
Mhm.
I'm still pissed that he didn't get this love when he was alive. Um, and I remember when we had the celebration of Melanie's life in our last live, I was so happy I gave her flowers while she was alive. I was like, I appreciate you. Like, New York wouldn't be the same without Melanie. So I was just like, give people their flowers when they're alive. Like, it's so nice to see how people celebrate Michael, but I would have loved to have seen this when Michael was alive. I'm like, bro, like, this man probably felt like most of the world hated him. And I'm like, it was the complete opposite. There was an outpouring for months and months, and quite frankly, a decade and a half now. Like, it's still going on. And I'm like, y'all couldn't do this when he was here. Make it make sense. I used to get teased a lot for being an MJ fan in the 2000 era, like really bad. So I was always afraid to say I was a fan. It was just like, bro, if you come for me, I'm going to fight back. Harlem. So I was like, what are we doing? And then like from going from being teased to like, yeah, Trish, I'm sorry about Michael. And I'm like, y'all tease me. Wait, what are we doing? I was confused. Oh, that's awesome. I know she did a preview on Instagram the other day. We're looking forward to that. So that means Austin and Paris?
Oh, we about to get fed this year. Oh, we about to get
We
fed.
still might have some secret 3T projects going on. I know TJ has a new single. I know I missed the last single Station Head, but my schedule's insane right now. So either we'll do a double single or I'll figure it out. There's no open time in my schedule anymore. It's weird. Yes, it would be a huge opportunity, missed opportunity. Heck yeah, if they don't drop.
And like we were talking about full circle, Michael was supposed to perform on the Super Bowl again. After This Is It, so it would have been perfect. It would be. I mean, they would miss it so bad. It'd be perfect for them to drop it.
So I agree with that by a lot. Like it's like, duh, do it. My oh, that's right. Somebody kind of addressed that, but yeah, no, like no way. That changed. I never even paid attention to football until that Michael Jackson halftime. I was like, oh my god, oh my gosh! And my family would always make Michael a thing. My mother was strict, and she was very religious, but for some reason, them Jacksons should be like, oh, they're up, they're coming on tonight, guys. You can stay up till 9 or whatever the shows. But usually, she would let us. We all sit there. We'd be like, yeah. So it was a thing here.
Y'all are lucky. My
Yeah.
mama,
Yeah,
it was like pulling teeth for her.
no, and I'm surprised because my mother. When I say my mother was strict, she wouldn't let me dance. Of course, I couldn't curse. I couldn't do anything. And I was kind of like the rebel. And I went to a Christian grammar school. They were sick of me. By the time I got to 6th grade, they were like, "Yo, get out of here!" But I was just like, "Why are you being so crazy about everything?" Now that I'm older, I understand the message they were trying to tell me. It just wasn't delivered in a way that I could receive it. Or maybe I was too young to understand what they were trying to teach us. But I was like, dang, But before okay. Then- yeah, yeah. He changed everything. Oh, you became a fan after his death too. That
Mm.
I think a lot of people either became a fan or got back into the fandom.
Mm-hmm.
And people like MJ Fangirl and her husband now, and Kim and them and Reva, they were part of, I call it the underground, because they were doing like AOL and these kind of things that I didn't know existed. That's how, not MJ Fangirl, but some of the other ones actually met Michael. They got pictures with him, like, yeah, we're in Neverland. They knew about stuff that I never even knew existed. So I don't know. Although there's a lot of discussion about reshoots in March, I'm here hearing me talk about many believing there's a chance of a film. Yes, thanks for bringing that up. Absolutely. My vote is split that sucker up. What's your thoughts about it might being a two-parter?
I'm okay with it. I mean, it had to be done right, but we got something like that with Wicked.
Heck yeah,
Um, and that'd be amazing for Michael. Would it be the first biopic to get two movies?
maybe.
I don't think so because y'all know Mr. Robbie Williams with the monkey biopic is trying to do a part two or a sequel.
Oh,
I'm sorry, y'all. I had to bring that up. But you know
Who?
what?
I'm sorry, I'm lost. Who?
Okay, so there's this for my Americans, all my Americans. There is a singer, very popular singer named Robbie Williams. Not Robin Williams, but
Oh
Robbie
yes,
Williams.
yes, yes, yes.
And he decided that he was going to do a biopic about his life and career, and it just got released. But he wanted to be portrayed by a monkey. So in the movie, he's a CGI monkey.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
A lot of people said it was a good movie, but it created this whole discourse. Uh,
Okay,
Trish, you might need to do some chat maintenance.
but
Go ahead.
for the normal biopics, no offense, would it be
I'm
first?
done. Oh, but Trish, please do some comment maintenance.
Oh, I can't see the comments. But would it be like the first kind of like I'm talking about like the Elvises, Bohemian, Selena, all of that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
backstage. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Um. So I knew that was going to happen because people are people, but
Lord,
um, I don't know. I think it should be a two-parter, but someone just said they rather have one. I don't think it's possible to go. I don't think it's possible for the biopic to get two parts. It'll be good as one film. I think it's going to be hard, bro. I always thought this was too big of a project. You can give me $10 million, $20 million. I wouldn't take it. It's not for one film.
listen. If them people could sit in that theater for 5,000 years to watch Oppenheimer, they could
Mhm.
sit for 5,000 more years and watch the Michael movie.
But I see the issue where like if you have it as just one film, people are going to be more engaged and more willing to sit through one than going to see both. Because you probably have people see the first one like, and not so much the second one. So it can be tricky.
Yeah, because I know you said it's not a normal biopic, but when there was talk apparently about the Robbie Williams one getting a sequel, people were like, "Why do you need a sequel to a biopic? Like something that was about your life?" Like I think they're coming from the point of like, if it's about your life, why wasn't it just all done in one part? It should just been about your full life, and that was it. Like what's more that should have been added? So I don't know. I can see both parts.
Like, if that was the plan, then they should have released it like on Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
or something where you could have
Mm.
like different parts on a streaming service,
Right.
rather than like a full movie. So I'm just worried, sales wise, and how much people would, because it's kind of tricky. People are funny with Michael, so just try to get them all at once.
Do you
You
think
see,
they bit off more? I mean, we don't know why they're doing the reshoots, but do you think they bit off more than they can chew?
If the reshoots are happening, um, no, I don't think so. If the reshoots, it's probably something that either didn't work out or there's something going on, but it doesn't mean exactly that they're trying to rework the movie itself. I think that's done.
You guys had a great discussion on Station Head. I honestly felt like it was like well thought, it very logical, but it did bring on some backlash with, I'm gonna say, non-fans of Michael. So that's the reason why we're watching Square One tonight. Like, I I was talking to someone earlier this week, and if all they know about Michael Jackson is Thriller and a mockumentary, then I can understand why you might think he's guilty. What we're asking you guys is to be open to hearing the other side. Square
right.
One's definitely another side. We don't want to mention a certain celebrity, but you guys might be familiar with a very famous whistleblower had recently said that someone's doing a lot to make it look like Michael Jackson did stuff that he didn't do, which I find very interesting. Like, what is the why? We don't even understand the why yet. So all we have is resources out there that could help you get another side to hearing his side, because Michael can't speak for himself anymore, right? So you have people that were close to him, people part of the case, outsiders like Popcorn. What's that guy's podcast? Popcorn something.
Popcorn Planet.
Yes,
Hmm.
he wasn't a fan at all. He thought MJ was guilty. Next thing you know, he's defending him. I think
Take
people need
research.
to listen to research. That's all I'm asking. I'm not trying to change your opinion. I want you to research just the way we have to research. We have to research too. Like, we want to make sure that we are just getting information out there and letting people be as informed as possible. It is a very complicated story. It is still a very complicated story. We just don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know
I'm
if we'll
sure.
ever know the why, but it's just a weird story.
I'm sure we've all been guilty. Like, it may not be this um serious as what Michael went through, but I'm sure we all have fallen into the trap of believing some sort of rumor about some celebrity or people in our regular lives and stuff. And I think it really just takes research. Like, I've been proven wrong about other people, other things and stuff, but it took me really sitting down, learning, and actually looking into things and just being like, okay, I can admit I was wrong. And I think that's all it takes. Just don't be so quick to jump on a bandwagon and believe one side of the story. It can get you into, it's like in real life, it can get you into some mess. Like, you know, and yeah, and if you let's say you're too lazy to do research on it, just don't speak on it. Don't speak on what you don't know.
That's very true, and that's one of the things like being a Michael fan taught me. Um, Being from like a Latino background, we're very known to listen to gossip, watch the gossip TV shows and the tabloids, and judge. But once I became like a full mature Michael Jackson fan, I learned that. I learned not to judge, to listen, to study, to actually pay attention, to do my research. So that's one thing I'm very thankful for Michael. He taught me not to judge and to really get to know the truth.
Well, Michael's also been warning us about the media and the problems it has. It has a very unique bias, and most of the time it's some form of propaganda, which means, like, I do like the media a little bit better now because you have things like YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, and there's other sites I could recommend that really like talk about things that the main media will never, ever share. Um, Especially in America, we're blocked off from the rest of the world. The rest of the world's suffering. There are parts that are having wars. There's like really bad stuff going on right now. And they don't really show that in our media. But now, because of other avenues, we're being better informed. I don't think we're being well informed, but we're better informed. And Square One is definitely one of those tools that said, oh, this is what you're saying? Okay, let me prove back in 1993 how this guy was lied about. So, and I mean, I know when we were younger, when this came out in real time, I'll be honest, I really didn't have a lot of thoughts about 93. I just knew in my gut that it was a lie. But I don't know how the rest of the world felt. I remember I was a fan. I was like, no, there's no way. And I wasn't young. I was youngish. I was a teenager in the 90s. And I just was like, this story just sounds weird. And lo and behold, Danny Wu does a documentary and just gives the backstory to what happened in real time. Y'all gonna make me cry. And I didn't even ask for it today. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate the support. I truly today. Good question. Do you think there's a chance the biopic release date gets pushed back? Jen, you can take that. You kind of talked about that on your channel, on your station head.
So no, the day is still the same. There's no further pushback. If there's reshoots, they're just gonna shoot something that's already been filmed. They already have the script, the ideas together. It shouldn't. They would just plug it in to what they already have. So as of right now, there's no news. Like I said, it hasn't been confirmed, and there's no news that it's getting pushed back. So the release date is still October 3rd.
Oh, AJ got some insight. It could be 3 hours and 15 minutes. I'll take that if it avoids a two-parter.
I
Yeah.
will be sat for every hour, every minute, every second in the theater.
Wear your diapers. Wear your diapers. Could you imagine, like, afraid to go to the bathroom because you don't want to miss anything? I'm like, no drink for me.
Can I be honest? That's literally me for like every movie. I'm like, I'm not about to, because when I went to go see Wicked, I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna just hold it because I'm not about to miss none of this. I don't want to miss none of the plot, none of the storyline, nothing. So the only time I will be getting up is to probably dance to the music. That's it.
I might go to Harlem. So I did a Michael Jackson. I think I did This Is It in Harlem. That was a vibe on steroids. Harlem does it different. I ain't even mad about it. I was like, kids were in the out dancing. I was like, no, I don't have video of it. I was so shocked. I was like, are these people dancing in the middle of the aisle?
Wow.
I need that same vibe for that we had for This Is It. Like I said, at the time, we were all watching it kind of like a documentary. Michael. We didn't know the whole inside of what was really going on at the time when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody, I mean, I was in Orlando at the time, and that theater was packed. And I watched it like 5 times at the movie theater, and it was packed each time. People were screaming, crying, dancing. So definitely to find somewhere to have the same vibe for this one.
I think that's how we should have it, because I would say the only kind of premiere. Oh well, I've been to 2 like movie premiere like weekends, but one of them, it was really hype. It was packed. The audience was engaging, clapping, shouting from the shouting from the crowd and stuff like that. Nobody was like, shh, be quiet or not. Like, we all were just like in it. And I would like to experience something like that for this movie. And I feel like it deserves that. I feel like we as fans, we've been supporting this movie alone. We've been full force supporting it, trying to keep up with it and promote it best we can. Even though we don't even have like a trailer out, we're still going hard for it. So I feel like it would be nice for us to have a space to be able to be loud and sing along and stuff without anybody trying to shush us. To be able to like dance and clap and all that. I think it would be fun.
I think the last time we had a meetup with Melanie, she had us go to 34th Street because we also got to consider the ones who live in New Jersey, and it's like a central hub for people to take the path, blah, blah, blah. So basically, more likely it'll be 32nd or 42nd meet. Well, actually, we need to talk to Joey too and see where his head's at in terms of the meetup, because I'm like, we need meetups in every city to have, like you said, a place that we could be ourselves. I'm like, oh, shut up.
My God.
Shut up. Yeah, I hate y'all. Y'all so awesome. What? To have, oh, thank you, AJ. Yeah, what? Y'all make the hard work worth it, because the people, my guests, will tell you there's a lot of work. Jen be every day on Station Head. Tori and mine know, yo, Tori, I know you work like 100 hours. Can we do a live now? Like, and she shows up.
I should have been in bed by now.
Right? Oh my gosh, it's getting late. But if nothing else, worst case scenario, Jen, when we start square one, because I know you have a different schedule from us. Because I'm like, I wanted to talk about the reshoot that day, and I was like, I don't want Tori being mad at me. So whatever Tori picks, because Jen goes tonight, I go, it's up to Tori. Tori was like, oh, these are the days I'm free. I said, okay.
Yo, I'm sorry. Like, this week has been like crazy. I've been gone. Only way I found out about this biopic rumors and stuff was because Google sent me a notification. And I was like, what is it? What's this yappa about going on here? I'm like, I don't have the time. I'm already stressed out. I ain't got the time to give into this. This is just nonsense. I can't do it.
No, I'll be honest. The discussion they had on Station Head was really, really great. My vision, because I'm going to keep pushing this until we get 1,000 people in that room on a norm, is for that moonwalking station to have on average 1,000 people. This is the average. Like, it's definitely getting there. We're in that direction. But Jen and Ray now have podcasts on the moonwalking station. So just think about where that can go. We can have Jackson's on these podcasts. We could have discussions with other fans. There's so many people part of the ecosystem. Shout out to Hector Bajor. Shout out to Red from New York and Red from London. Like, beautiful ecosystem. So, like, the podcast was just so fun. It was just like a bunch of moonwalkers. It was just amazing. So I say all that, like, it's a lot of hard work in real life. And, we appreciate everything. We appreciate the likes, the shares, the getting the word out. I know, Jen, you made a beautiful flyer on how to set up Station Head. And that's what I noticed about, let's just use Chris Brown. He's a great example. Chris Brown fans are averaging, I'm going to say 10, 15 years younger than moonwalkers. Of course, Tori and Jim break the rule. Right, but the average fan's about my age, which is so. Oh, Lord. I'm just going to say 1970 something. So I feel like we just still need to get the word out. Age has nothing to do with being on Station Head. It's just understanding how things are charted now, right? Because I was like, no, I figured it out. Melanie figured it out. AJ, we all figured it out, right? It's just being informed about it. And once we get that in, then we can get these mighty numbers. So I say Chris Brown because Chris Brown has made epic, like, award-winning streaming things because his fans know how to really work it. But what does Team Breezy have? A big old room. So our goal is to have a big old room by the time that biopic happens. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
then, the rest is history. Because I was just like, it's especially now, Station Head is, you can tell people's personalities are coming out. Everyone's understanding what the hits are. It's amazing, Shout out to you, DJs, you, Jess, Tori, and Ray. You guys, you hold it down. And of course, there's other DJs, but I'm going back to the original origins of it all, when it was like 5 people in the room. We're like, we're gonna air it.
Yo, chat is on a roll.
Best movie, yes. I have a feeling that's the name of the biopic. It is Michael, right?
I believe so.
At first, I was like, what? And then I was like, that makes sense. Like, you're famous when you can just say, Michael.
Jinx.
Oh, who wants to unpack this? Do we unpack this here? I'm going to start Tori and...
Oh, hold on. Oh, let me look.
Oh my God, there's more. Stop it, y'all. And it's like no messages, it's just love. Thank you. Y'all, I can't. Did y'all see the one I started? Can we talk about that? Because I'm not even sure what this means.
Wait.
Let me see.
Which time was it posted? I see one that was posted.
11:10. I'm going to unstore that one. That was addressed. Does anybody know what this means? We're trying to figure out if we could put something on screen because I'm not aware of it.
I think this is the one Jen was alluding to. The person that.
Yes.
I'm gonna just give the initials. I don't know. I don't want you to get in trouble, Trish.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We just got to be careful because it's like we're not trying to cause a war that we didn't ask for.
Yes, Tori, that's right. That's what I was getting to. That comment is true. That person is related, and that, from what I read, that article that they released came on the anniversary of that one thing.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So, the whole thing with Michael is insanely weird. That's the only way to describe this. It would have made sense if you came for him when he died, right? Because that would make sense. But one person said, oh, not only that, I have nothing to say, let's make tributes. Like, what are we doing? I'm confused. Let's do this. Oh, I don't get the job. Oh, this is what I remember. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then when people were like, we're calling you on your crap, now we have a mockumentary, right? And what I think my biggest issue is Michael's now been dead for 16 years. Make this make sense. Like, I've personally had enough, but it's like when Michael was alive, the fandom knew the facts and they knew how to get the word out. So now we have to do it again, but I just don't know why. Like, stop. Like, really stop. It's just weird.
On Jess's Letter of Greatness podcast, when we was talking about being attacked for no reason and all that, like you said, we're going on 16 years. And I remember somebody it was something like a quote where it was like, it was like a Christian quote where it's something like, oh, if you're being attacked or the devil is trying to come in and like rob you of stuff and you're not doing anything wrong or something like that, he wouldn't be trying to rob an empty house. That you must have something there. So you must have something special about you. And it must be something special to Michael that even after all these years he's passed, that people are still trying to come for his character and attack him. There, like you said, it must be something that's people are still trying to cover up. And use him as a scapegoat. I do believe he even said and alluded to the fact that he is the scapegoat. back in the, what was it, the 2003 60 Minutes interview. He was saying things. He was like talking in code.
Code. We didn't understand it then, though. We understand it now, though,
So
because
it's,
the industry got exposed literally a year ago. Like some stuff that we were like, I'm still shocked about what came out last year.
mhm.
But now that we understand what's going on, now Michael's stuff, it sounds like pure English. He was
Yeah.
trying to say something without saying it because it would put his life in danger. But honestly, I think he put his life in danger anyway because some of the stuff he said, they understood what he was saying.
His achievements also. I know they were thinking a person like him shouldn't be able to reach these heights. Like, how is he reaching this? How is he doing this? And the fact that he was so wealthy. Oh, let me not get. I'm not. It's your live. Let me not get too deep into it.
No, I know, but we have to continue. I mean, maybe not on the live, but we still constantly have to ask the question constantly because this is officially weird. It's just weird.
Mhm.
It doesn't even make sense. None of it ever makes sense. It didn't make sense when he's alive, and it doesn't. It makes even more sense now that it's like less sense now that he's dead. It's like none of this makes sense. So now we have to keep asking why.
There are people who have actually openly admitted and have been proven to do the things that they are falsely accusing him of. They've been to jail and everything, and no one is even talking about them. No one's even bringing them up, and they actually did something. But he's gone. He's gone. 16 years almost. What, this June?
He's gone, but his foot's still on their neck.
Mm-hmm.
Facts, Jay. You know you big when you still charting dead. Like that's how you know he big. Michael's on a whole different side.
Yo,
I'm
Jid.
still doing top 20s.
Shout out to Jess for that.
Oh, Floor.
That is it is true. His legacy is on their neck.
They said, the bigger the star, the bigger the target.
Mm-hmm.
So
I got a t-shirt
it's still unfair though, because it's like I'm not going to talk about other celebrities at least by name, but I can name at least a good 15, 20. Like no, not only nobody says nothing, but they still out there being like horrible people, and no one says nothing. Their legacy still go on. Their movies still get played. Wow, interesting.
There are so many people that have actually done the wrongs. They have been dealt with accordingly. They have admitted that what they've done, and no one is even running their name through the mud. And here you have this innocent man who is no longer with us for so many years, and y'all are still trying to pin something false on him. Make it make sense. There's a reason.
Yes, and it's interesting that trick of targeting him to distract from the other. I'm like, it doesn't work the same. Hashtag he's gone. Like I noticed they tried stuff, but I was just like, it's not going to be as effective if he's not really here anymore. You try to make it effective, but the moonwalkers were on your neck when they were like, you guys are lying. And it was like crazy. And it's so like, I don't know Michael's legacy the way I'm going to sort of call the super fans do. Like the super fans will be like, oh, on January 21st, Michael Jackson had a gold jacket in Cali. He was in KFC in the corner. Like, I'm like, I don't even know my own life like that. But his super fans do. And they weren't prepared for that at all. So it was just like, okay. Shout out to
Sorry, go ahead.
No, shout out to those fans, because I don't think we would have gotten this far with proving his innocence without them.
Right.
Go ahead.
The craziest thing about all this is that you don't even, the fans that pinpointed certain lies and like groundbreaking details after that little thing came out or whatever, they're not even like experts. They're not even like expert investigators or anything like that. And the fact that just regular civilians and humans, the fact that they were able to figure that out so easily, so quickly, like can't even lie right. Like they can't even lie right. It's crazy.
You know who else stood up for Michael and they weren't a fan at all and they thought he was guilty? Candace Owen.
Mm.
That was last year. And I said, you know you messed up when you got Candace Owen in this. She be, well, I'm not gonna say anything bad about her, but I'm just saying she's not a fan. And the fact that she's like, this story's not adding up. And I was like, bro, you know you messed up if you got her talking. Like, I was like, what? Like randomly she came on my timeline and I'm like, who this? And then then I understood why it was picked. Michael Jackson was in the conversation. But still, I was like, bro. Man. Anytime.
To piggyback on Tori, like my kudos to all the fans who paid for the documents, who found the documents about the whole train station. They found the blueprints, and kudos to that because they had to pay for those documents some way somehow, and they went into like the archives of, I don't know, Congress or what, not Congress, but like all them stuff that they had to go through. Mad kudos to you because you guys really poke holes in that mockumentary for sure. If it wasn't for them and bringing out actual receipts, because they brought out the receipts.
And that's what it's about. I never ever want to be a blind fan. I never want to love anyone without having objective thought, right? So all I go by is facts, period. So that's the problem. Like they brought you the facts and you're still causing problems. And we bring this stuff up because of this reshoot, the haters were hating and we're being ugly about stuff. And I'm just like, yo, let me tell you something. There's only one way to say this. If you think Michael is guilty and you haven't done the research, then I'm going to ask you, like I said earlier, to do your research. It doesn't mean you're going to change your mind, but at least it's going to plant some seeds in your mind. Like just even start with square one. Just start with this and just be like, bro, like something's not adding up. It's just not adding up.
I'm telling y'all, listen to Trish, because if any opposers are watching silently, when you look into this, you're gonna see that 1 + 1 in this situation is not equaling 2. Okay, it's not adding up. It's so many like loose strings, false details that are easily able to be debunked, and things that have been twisted, and the main narrative that the media is pushing and the news is pushing and stuff. That is what has people's minds so like messed up, because even like at that time, people felt like they could still trust the news, they could still trust the media. Even now, even like the regular news and like the big time popular news station, you can't even trust them. There's bias. You got to question everything.
I agree.
The news has a, I mean, I don't even know if I should say this. Hold on. This is Trish. Never mind.
Let me say going backstage and then I'll look at it.
Okay. Can I come backstage? I don't think I'm logged in.
Oh, okay.
It should let you.
So this is a good question. I think race plays a part, but something tells me there's more to it, and it's just something we may never be privileged to understand. I'll say race is 50%. What's the other 50?
The light that Michael carried. The good, because at the very base of everything, it's like it's good versus evil. And if you got somebody who is very selfless, giving, humble, that huge into the stratosphere, rich, very wealthy, and just signing checks to charities and people in need, even without the cameras there most of the time, to record his good deeds and stuff. Like, he did that out of kindness of his heart. Evil doesn't like that at all. I feel like definitely race and that plays a part.
And I'd be honest, as someone that has been very blessed to grow up in an amazingly diverse childhood, like so diverse, like I didn't understand the power, like I didn't understand the issue of being Black until older. That's how different my childhood was, especially with what's going on in the world now. We need to learn to love each other for character and not color. I have the coolest non-Black friends in my life. I don't go by, you see my clique, you'll see Asian person, you'll see a Latin person, you'll see a white person, you might see a Black person with me. Like it's just beautiful when you love people for character versus color. And I say that because some of us have not been privileged to live with people outside of ourselves. So sometimes you'll have a bias of hate because you were taught that. Whether, Black people have issues with sometimes with people that are not Black, just like I'm sure Asians and like we all have when we don't learn to love each other for who we are and not what we look like. So it's just like, I'll never understand hating someone for color, but it sucks that this is the world that we live in. It's like, but we don't have to keep it that way. We can change it. Like some of my friends would tell me, like, you can't come to my house because my parents are racist. It's a horrible thing to have to hear. But it's so beautiful that the children turn out different, right? Because you're talking to me. If you're talking to me, then you're different from your parents. You learn to love people for character and not color. And so it's just like, I hate like that is part of the pushback, but not even like Michael, the whole family. If you would see the Jacksons as American people as opposed to Black people, then it's American story, right? Because we're all born on this land. I don't understand this energy. I just don't. And I love, though, you're right about the spirit thing, though. But I'm like, you really must irritate the devil if you still being bothered 16 years after your death. That's weird.
And because listen, y'all. When I remember when I came back like into the online community, and I was both simultaneously, getting, researching Michael Jackson again and getting back into his music and getting back into my faith. I saw like how, he'll always say like, he'll always like quote Jesus, and he said he'll always like, try to like follow him and stuff like that, and helping and loving people. And I saw that he was doing that. He's one of the best examples of someone who like followed him. And one of the main things I saw was like how like nice he was, even when people did him wrong. Even when people was like being too pushy and stuff, he still was nice. He still was like, even though he had like every right to snap at him, clap back up and everything, he didn't. And I even heard stories of like, people doing wrong things, and he would be like, well, he would have like some sort of compassion on like what happened in their life and their childhood to make them like that. Whereas most people would be like, ooh, terrible person, horrible. He wanted to look deeper and like, kind of have like a grace for people. And then, just the fact that I don't know. Another thing I was thinking about was the way he was able to be with, like, reach world leaders, other world leaders of other countries that, we may have even been in conflict with in our own country and stuff. Like he was, world leaders were like fangirling when they saw him, So there was a lot of like power he had in a way where he was able to reach people, and he handled it well. Like he didn't just focus on one country or one type of person. He focused on everybody. He wanted to, help bring harmony to the world and stuff. And so, yeah, I think that's a major thing that evil forces that be, or the higher ups, I'll say, did not like.
Mm.
Yeah, and regarding the comment that was up, I do believe partly was race, and again partly was powered. He reached a level that was way too high, and that nobody's reached, especially for his race. And I think certain people didn't like that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Um,
Look what Lovey wrote. It's
Mm-hmm.
well, there we go. Well, there we go. He just became too powerful and too hard to control. And at one point, he knew it, and he was trying to make a statement, kind of showing the world things that he wasn't supposed to. So he did it in code, and that's when things started to get really bad. So
I
Yeah.
know. I think that's what got him in trouble.
yeah,
I didn't understand what he was saying, but now I learned a lot. Shout out to the internet. I was like, and sometimes when I learn certain things, and I can't repeat what I've learned, it's just a lot. Because
yeah.
one, I can't confirm it, but I'm one of those people that is open to learn information. But once I realized there might be truth and the stuff that's out there on the internet, then it made sense how Michael became a target. Because it's like, oh my God, he kind of said it without saying it. Awkward. like, like, oh snap.
Ooh.
And it was like serious stuff. I just didn't get it back then. I was like, oh hell nah. Oh,
I'm telling y'all,
this is a tough question. Y'all wonder who's gonna take this one?
which
Which one?
Lord, get them names off the screen. I don't want to
All
see
right.
it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I get it. So who
That's
wants to talk about the snakes?
What was your initial reaction? Um, it didn't surprise me. Let's just say
Especially
that.
with WR.
Yeah.
That
It.
dude stay biting people the minute they don't get what they want. But I wasn't familiar with JS at all. Never knew existed.
Nope. Oh, he frustrates me so bad.
I
I'm
knew he
sorry.
existed because of the pictures, and I kind of like, who is this? Um, but he wasn't talked about anymore. He wasn't relevant anymore. So no, that didn't surprise me that he bandwagoned. Um, and for the other character, it's not surprising. Just if you kind of
If you know the
see,
history of him, that's
yeah,
a snake for real.
yeah. But even
Yep.
before you got to know him, you can tell the way he kind of said some things and portrayed himself. I mean, maybe I just kind of like read people, but the portrayal is like, sus. And there's still some other people that I'm sussed about, and I'm not gonna say any more about that.
Mm, yeah, I think I was. I remember. What do we call him? Minimum wage. Let me stop. That one. He. I remember the first time he decided to start walking around here lying, and it was making headlines. I remember like I was younger. I was a kid when I saw it. I'm like, why? Why is he coming out if he was supposed to be friends with Michael like that? He's supposed to be cool. Like that's not right. And that was like the first set of allegations that I experienced in real time. Um, and then this one, dude, you're irrelevant. Nobody really even like. We saw you in some pictures, and now like when you were younger, and now you want to come out here out the woodworks. And I think it's pitiful, and it's sad to say, but it's like now when I see more names of people who are trying to, let's say, like y'all said, doing smear campaigns against Michael and stuff. It just doesn't surprise me anymore. I feel like it frustrates me more than anything.
I remember TJ had a tweet recently talking about the like attracting the wrong people, and I'm like, when you're Michael Jackson and you have a heart that giving, unfortunately, you will attract the wrong people.
Right.
Like my mom used to be really generous to a fault. And unfortunately, we opened her up to be used. And I'm like, well, mommy, why do you do that? She goes, they still people of need. I'm going to help. But it does attract those type of energies. And it's like, I mean, I learned from my mother's giving spirit to give in secret. Like just so you could be like Michael did give in secret too, though. But those people were given extra access, and the minute something went left, oh, I'm turning on them, and I'm like, wow, bro, you didn't get what you want, so I'm just gonna make a bunch of lies on you. It's weird.
Yeah,
he did. Even the Jacksons, unfortunately, the Jacksons in general attract some snaky people, and it's so messed up.
I believe it was Tom Mestro, and I'm not quoting him exactly, but he said something along the lines like, "Why work when you can sue Michael Jackson?"
Oh, I remember that.
So, yeah. But even as a Michael Jackson fan, if you have a good heart, protect your heart and protect your energy, because even as a fan, since you learn from him, and if you have his same energy, same thing will happen. You will also attract the wrong people.
It's true. I can't get into details. I don't have time to be fighting with people this year. But I have attracted some really shady moonwalkers. Well, they're not moonwalkers. People posing as moonwalkers, and I guess they didn't know I was from Harlem. If you guys don't know where I'm from Harlem means, it's my way of saying I'm street smart. Don't do it, bro. Like, yeah, I'm silly. I got Baby Yoda in the background, but I'm Harlem first, which means do not play with me. And then when they find out I'm really from like Harlem, you'd be like, oh, okay. Just in New York in general, the whole city shady. So we're kind of taught to look at you differently. So it's just like, what are you doing? Or they'll be like, oh, do it in the name of Michael. This is what we're not doing. You're not going to get free work from me. And like you're a church organization. No, we're not doing this.
I'm so
Come on, Sister Trish.
Am I lying? No, Jen, am I lying?
You're not. Not at all.
Pastor Trish.
I said, no, you didn't.
Nah, Trish, I'll be telling people I'm from the south side of heaven. Pray with me, don't play with me.
Thank you,
Jesus, not me.
Not respecting our nose. Yes, we do a lot of free work behind the background. There are certain people like Melanie, AJ, anybody part of Melanie's ecosystem. Yes, because Melanie has given so much to us. So fine. Yes. Anything for Mama Bear. But it'll be like a stranger. Oh, you're an MJ fan too? Do you want to shoot blah, blah, blah? My fee's $100 an hour, and due to inflation, it's $200 an hour. I was like, I was getting $100 an hour back in college, and that was almost 20 years ago. Like, no, we don't do stuff for free. So then they'll be like, oh, you do it for YouTube. I said, because that's my channel. I'm the boss. Like, you're asking me to go to places far from my house, no Uber, nothing, no protection for the gear. No. If you notice where I shot, it was usually in where? Harlem, where I knew the turf. If we were doing BK, you might see me with a little tiny camera. When I'm out of my turf, different camera. But they'd be like, no, bring your professional equipment. Back then, my equipment was like $2,000 for the camera. I don't have equipment like that anymore. But when I was just coming out of college and we needed it for college. So I was like, no. Like, it was just weird. And I say all that because just like you said, Michael would attract users and abusers. And sometimes their fans get that same energy. You could be nice and kind, but don't let nobody take advantage of y'all. Like, just in case you never experienced it yet. Especially you YouTubers and station head people will try you. Oh, can you do this for free? Or can no? I don't know who you are. Like, what are we doing? So it's weird. Like, people always trying. Hold on.
That's
No,
the truth.
but I have to warn people because sometimes something happened recently that I can't say. And I was just
Oh
like,
no.
well, I could tell y'all later, but I can't. But it was just basically someone, oh, let's do it for Michael. No, I don't know who you are. Like, what are we doing?
No.
Don't do that.
No, like it's true. Like I think what it is, like, and when it came to Michael, he was a really nice person. And then I think also the fact that he was like also a lonely person. So that when people came in and stuff, he just wanted to be nice and everything. He didn't really like telling people no and stuff. And I think that us as moonwalkers, we carry that quality, like, oh, we're nice, we're a community and stuff, but we even have to be careful with each other. Like, I'm telling you, like, be on guard. Be on guard. If someone's like coming out the woodworks all of a sudden, hold off. Look into who they are, what they're about, what they do and stuff, because it it
If you,
can be
I feel like if
dangerous.
you want to do something in the name of Michael, you shouldn't do it as at the expense of exploiting others. You
Mm-hmm.
could, for example, I would say a lot of people want me to shoot for free. You can pick up your camera and do it yourself. I use my iPhone now. Like, we're not doing this. Like, we're not doing this. I get back in the days why people were attracted to me because I did have really good gear. Shout out to my mama. But now I use a phone and I do it on purpose. Can I get in a professional camera? Sure, but why would I do that? Like, you can shoot with your phone now. And so in the end, I can tell people you can use your own phone and you could get a tripod and you can do it yourself because it's I think it's insulting to ask people to do stuff and they don't know you. You
Oh, she
know?
disappeared.
Hmm.
Did it kick her out?
Oh shoot. Maybe she had to go. Hopefully she'll be back because she can just jump in. Oh, here's something fun. D-Ray has a fun activity. Um, I think it's a good idea. I know, like, I'm actually going to start doing the countdown to the biopic again, like every month on the 3rd. Well, it was the original date, but the point is, if you're going to go do that, just maybe do one once a month. Because the whole thing that we could do is get buzz about the biopic. So if you can find a creative way to do it, I would cover every era. I would first figure out how many eras you're going to cover, and then let's say there's 7 eras, just for the sake of a number. Then you would do one every month as you're getting closer. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then your favorite era should be the last one. That's a cool idea. You should do it for sure.
I was thinking that if for whatever reason you couldn't do all eras, you should try to do some of the, like,
More iconic
um,
one.
no, not more iconic. Maybe like the underrated ones, like
Oh,
maybe
Invincible.
like history. Uh, shoot, even if you want to do some Jacksons, like some Jacksons eras, like justice for going places, justice for going places.
For me, I say please cover some Invincible.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Invincible, one of the best albums. I'm Team Invincible. I love my Invincible, and there's some gems in there. So Butterflies, You Rock My World. So you say you'll do some covers. I don't know if you're singing or making a short film, but Invincible in there, please, and thank you.
That is a good question. What exactly? How, like, are you doing, like, cover art, like we producing it in pictures. But no matter what, definitely get the buzz about the biopic. What makes Michael unique is that the fans not only defend him, but they represent him. It's a way of showing people like, not my MJ, like, no. Um, I think that's what makes New York really cool. Like when the immersive came, was it a year and a half ago? When I said New York showed up and showed out, I was on the floor. I was like, of course, and most of those were normie people. They were just like, oh, we like Michael, we're just coming in. And then it turned out to be epic. So like the moonwalkers were there, the normies were there, and they just showed love. You know, either they had a glove or some kind of T-shirt on, and it was freezing one of those days, and we still came out there. Yeah, that's a really cool idea. And yes, guard like still love and be open to the community, but we have to mention that, especially since something just happened. If it's like an issue, I will make it public. But right now, it's a private thing. But I will say this: somebody tried to approach another fan, you know, on for MJ, and then they turned out to do something insanely effed up. But it's still private for now. So I was just like, but if it's an issue, like dear community, time to get messy because I'm so tired of the targets. It's enough.
Stop
Um,
messing
yes,
with me.
we
Just
will
stop.
lose our mind. And look with the pre thing. No. Here was it. I hope not. I hope not.
Wait, the what?
Like
Like they was at the concerts.
I don't know.
I don't think there will be.
No.
If they release a Michael Jackson um movie, maybe. If it's like MJ, something that we've never seen before, Victory Tour, or something like that. Or like an unseen history tour or something epic. But I don't think so. I don't believe so. I don't think that happened.
Oh my God, where's the Chris Brown comment? That was another thing that bothered me. Remember the whole Chris Brown shutdown? That was like a year or two ago. What was that about? What was that really about?
This comment is tied down to what we were talking about in code earlier with that one
Mm-hmm.
person releasing that news.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
wow.
And that person was, I believe what they're saying, and I read this somewhere else too, was one of the persons that was tied to someone who caused that performance to be pulled.
Oh my gosh, I forgot all about. Like I remember the situation, but I forgot how
What led to that?
it went down. And there was a certain company that very popular, beloved by so many. I'm sorry. It was very painful. That was also a part of that, wasn't it?
It sucks, bro. It's one of those things like that suck. You be like, whoa. And you shutting down Chris Brown. Love to Team Breezy,
Mm.
which I respect his career big time. They call Chris this generation's Michael. I would say on certain aspects. Um, I'll leave that there. But I am a huge fan of Chris Brown. But Chris, I would love to talk to you privately because I feel like you are something special and you need to protect yourself. I'll leave that there. I'll leave that right there because I'm be like, I feel like, ah, I feel like what I love about Chris, he's a moonwalker like us. He represents like us, but he's extremely, extremely talented. But it's crazy. No, I don't remember this.
You
That is
remember because he dissed him and I can't remember what he said, but he was like, he made a reel or a TikTok or something.
about.
I think it was like Disney or ABC that
Mm.
has something to do with it. And I think he said he should stick to Mickey Mouse. I can't remember what he said.
Yes, I kind of remember something like this.
I didn't want to say the company name, but
There's
I
only
just
way to jog the memory.
yeah.
Called it out.
Yes, yes.
If people faint, okay, if they faint, it'll be because Jafar did a phenomenal job. But I hope you guys don't faint. It gets really messy. They gotta shut down the theaters. We don't want people missing the shows. But if you do faint, please faint for the last showing of the day. Like don't do it. I think I'm gonna cry though. I think I'm gonna cry. Um, very high praises to Jafar. And speaking to him briefly, I think they cast the right person. So great things to come to Jafar if they can get this right. Please, you spend a crap load of money doing this biopic. If you have to push it back, but get it right. I mean, we won't be mad. We'll just get it right. I think we'll be mad if you F up. But if you push it back, do what you got to do.
You know what
Yeah,
Jafar should do? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
and if you need some fans to do like a pre-wash or some screening and stuff like that, I'm available. Jennifer Jackson.
Me too.
To
Me
make
too.
some commentary. I studied film and all of that, so and I love Michael. I've studied Michael, so just let me know.
You know who I should be in I think who should be in pre-screenings, even though like their criticism is harsh, but those harsh moonwalkers. I'm not gonna call them out, but if you want me to call them out privately, Estate, let me know. There's some moonwalkers, they be coming for y'all, but those are the people you need that screening.
Mm-hmm.
Joey got to be in there.
You already know. That's what I was like. Heck yeah.
There's somebody else.
Yeah.
The King Michael got to be in there.
Yeah, listen, y'all get mad at those people sometimes, but you need those people. You need those people to not be like, "Hey, Michael, everything's great," unless it's great. But I have my moments. Publicly, no. Privately, I have my moments. But I definitely wouldn't want to be part of that screener. I'm not tough enough. I have a loving energy. So
sign me up.
But I was like, I'm already gonna take myself out. I know how I am. But we got some moonwalkers that will come for that booty hole if you do not get this right.
Whoa, Trisha.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't want to say yes, but they're coming for you if you mess up. And I just feel like those people need to be in that screening because they'll tell you like, push back. Sorry, reshoot. Here, baby, here, not right. You know who those people are, but they make sense sometimes.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know this. We need those. We need the harsh ones in there, though. Like,
but would it be fans or would it be influencers?
Oh, bye.
But just saying.
Well, Jen's not getting invited. Let me stop.
It's a question. It's a question.
That is a very good question. From what we've witnessed, but yeah.
Yeah. Speaking from experience.
I want the harsh ones. That's my vote. I want them YouTubers that you be mad like, I can't believe they said this about Michael. But it be true though, if that makes sense. Like if something's wrong. But say it with love. Always say it with love. Say what you have to say, but say it with love. Oh, that's awesome.
Man.
I know Melanie tried to hook us up to something really nice. And my job is like, Trisha, you can't go. I spent $500 freaking into the trip. And the girls are like, oh my God, we got to dance with the Jacksons and we got sushi. And then I was like, I'm happy for my friends though, but my company did not approve the time. So that's why I sneak in and out. My theory is if I don't ask you, can I get the day off? You can't stop it. So that's why I fly in and I fly out. It's just my day off as long as I'm there for the next shift.
Yep.
Because that I heard that was the party of the year, and that was because of Melanie. And I couldn't go. Wow, that's awesome. I don't know how you get to those special estate invites. No clue.
Yeah.
I know friends that are connected, but I'm going to keep it real. I don't feel comfortable. Oh my, that's a better. I know acquaintances. Because if it was a friend, they wouldn't invite me. But I know acquaintances that do have connections to those things, but I just don't feel comfortable. I feel like if that's your blessing, that's your blessing. I don't want to be like, oh, get me in. And then, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm always with my sisterhood. So it's complicated. And now I have my partner, Tori, and the Vegas crew. So it's just like, whoever gets in, they get in. And whoever doesn't, it is what it is. It's a lot.
Oh. I think I know who she's talking about.
I don't even know who they are. I don't even think they know I exist. It's like, what? I was like, I'll be like, who's the girl with the green? Who's the lady with the green hair? But I think that's our conclusion on the reshoots. I'm excited if it's going to fix things, but I don't know if things are broken, so I don't want to like think the worst. You got the main character right, so there's more to come.
Right.
So let's talk about our brother.
I always wanted a brother. I'm sorry.
Congratulations to Austin Brown. I know he was having some issues going out on this tour. Could you imagine you're about to go back on tour and literally your state is burning? So he was a little conflicted, but I'm glad he pushed through this. Like, what I've noticed about people that are successful or have breakthroughs are the people that can do something in the worst of times. It took me a while to figure that out. And so now when I have setbacks, I just go, okay, let's get through this and keep it moving as quickly as possible. Because that's the common thread. Like, I even think about Kanye. His mom passed away, and I think he had to be on stage a week later. And he loved his mama like the way we love our mamas. That's, Janet, when she lost Tito and she still had to do her tour. The Jacksons, when they had those two shows after Tito died, that is what success looks like, pushing through the pain when other people can't or won't. It's not saying you're not acknowledging it. It's just saying the show must go on. And that's one of the biggest traits about the Jacksons. Like, remember the tell stories, oh, we just came out of school and now we're going to perform at night with like maybe 5 hours sleep at max. You have to be able to be resilient. Like when you're writing your letter of purpose, when you say, I want to start a business, I want to have a successful, station head or YouTube, Jen will literally come out of her bed, put her playlist on, go to sleep. And she does it every day. So that's kind of like what this looks like, what real success looks like. So with that being said, much success for you for pushing through the pain of your state burning, Austin, and showing up to your obligations. That wasn't easy, I'm sure. So I don't know.
Did you see?
Go ahead.
You see what Paris put up
today? In general, no.
I don't remember. I think she may have put it on her story, but she said her whole neighborhood burned down.
Wow.
And I've seen some Jacksons say that some of their relatives and loved ones and friends were affected, but I wasn't sure if that was necessarily on like the Jackson family side or like their other side. But yeah, she said her whole neighborhood burned down and that she went and was like eating lunch or something with her friend or fiance or something, and then the paparazzi and the news took pictures of her, and they made an article talking about, oh, here she is having a meal with all this chaos going on, trying to make it seem like she was trying to be oblivious to it. You know how the news and stuff is, but really she was just trying to find like solace and peace and just have a nice meal in spite of all the chaos, and she was like affected by it. So
That's messed up. I know a YouTuber family. They got a they had to leave their neighborhood and they chose to go to Disney. Now some people be like, that's crazy. Rome is burning, but that's how they chose to do it. If she can't even have a meal, like, but they like to pick on Paris. I'm over it.
yeah.
I'm over it. This is a good question. I'll let the girls answer it first.
No.
I would say he's one of the artists that I really have like respect for. I would say I could see that he was really like influenced by him and stuff. But I'm sorry, like I'm not trying to knock any artist. Anyone. And a lot of artists will say this themselves. I don't see anyone getting to, Michael's level. I mean, he's definitely like up there, but like I don't know. He made good music.
No, I agree with what Tori said, but I will give Chris Brown his props. If a few things changed about him, Chris is definitely up there. It's Chris's shows. I'd be like, bruh. Like, and you could tell he still loves what he does. But there's a huge difference between Chris Brown and Michael in the sense of, and I don't know, it's just a different era. You know what I'm saying? Like Chris Brown has the internet, and social media. Michael didn't. So that,
Speaking on artistry itself, I respect Bruno for the artist that he is. He's very original. He's not a copycat. He does his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mad respect for that. There's not a lot of mainstream artists that does that. The difference with Michael was in artistry, he was an innovator. He did um learn and master from others, from the greats, mastered it and made it his own, made his own twist to it. So mad respect to that. And music wise, his music is just for all time. Like you can play songs from Thriller and they still feel fresh, they still feel new, off the wall. So I don't feel like a lot of artists has that type of music. Play Human Nature and it feels like it just came out.
Ooh.
that's a good point. And I honestly, we can't even compare any artist to Michael yet until they have another 15 years under their belt or more. No, I'm serious because that's a flex. You're 40 plus years in some singles, and people play like him. Like for crying out loud, Thriller charted last year.
Mm.
But, I'll give an honorable mention to Chris. Angel said, "Hell no." I'm just kidding. She said no.
Yeah.
I love his stage shows though. But I love how Jen said, yo, how's that music going to age 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now? We need time. A lot of people need to catch up by a decade or two just to even figure out if their music is a classic or not. Chris Brown's first single came out in 2005. So now he has what? Oh my gosh, 20 years under his belt on some of his stuff. Maybe. I would say maybe for Chris, Bruno Mars, too young to know, like in terms of music, how's it going to age?
I think.
I know that you're a Chris Brown fan.
I like Bruno Mars too.
From Bruno and Chris Brown, since you know more about them than I do, what's one song of theirs that you think would compare to a Don't Stop Till You Get Enough?
Uptown Funk,
In longevity,
Treasure.
that
I'm sorry.
song is
I
not,
would
no.
say on
Don't
Chris's
Stop Till.
side, it's his early music. Oh, I need you, boo. Like all that early stuff, 2005, 2007. When we hear his classic stuff, we're like crying. You know, I'm back in college, like, ah! But, and that's why I don't want to say this out loud. I'd rather talk to Chris in private, but I feel like I would just say this to Chris if he never talks to me in person, because we met before. Hey, boo. Um, I would say go to your roots. Go to your roots, and you might be what I mean. I'll give him his props, and he's really kind to his fans too. Like people say what they want about Chris. He's kind. He's very kind, and but the problem is he's very reactive. I wonder how would Michael be if he grew up with all the social media crap.
Oh man.
Would he be? Would he pop off? I feel like he would pop off.
Yes,
I'm
he
sorry.
would have.
It's just too much.
If Michael was Chris's age,
Mm-hmm.
Michael would be a completely. Well, I mean, it's an era that you grew up in. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he was built different. So
Mm-hmm.
if he would have been one of the millennials, what do you call them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Michael. Because think about J5 Michael. How smart and responsive and quick on his toes to respond to the interviewer, to his brothers he was. So that spunk that he had, ooh, throwing the shoe at Joseph, ooh.
I'm done. And you know he was like 3 or 4 when he did that.
Yeah. So
Oh my
think
god.
about that, Michael. That Michael's very like this gen's like day and age. So
Yeah, it's just like, bro, this internet's tough, and after a while, like sometimes other Jacksons have to pop off because the disrespect. Like I saw something I'd rather not say out loud, but I saw something on the timeline that was so disrespectful that I said, "What human being would even write this on a timeline?" It was disgusting. And I'm just like, people are built different because they just say whatever they want. Like the Jacksons are not human. It's really effed up, bro.
I see some stuff from fans.
Well, they're not. I don't think they're fans if you can write stuff like that.
Exactly. Not a real fan. Some people, some fans come with the narrative like, I don't know, that family, they do it a lot. Like, you know, I get it. Like, you might be just a fan of Michael, and that's cool. You know, I don't know, Janet's style might not be your style of music. Jermaine's style might not be your style. Marlon's might not. You know, you don't have to like all the Jackson's music. But the disrespect that I see from some of those fans regarding the other relatives that aren't Michael, I'm like, yo, oh my goodness. Disgusting. Trifling. Like, if I could revoke your fan cards, I would.
Right? It's like, bro. Because I said, let's say you like nobody but Michael. All right, cool. The fact that you would write to his family member or any human being in the way that you come for them is just like, who are your parents? Where are your parents? Maybe they failed you. Because I feel like it's just not nice. Like, it's just not nice. I just feel like I couldn't even think to say this stuff out loud to anybody. This is like, I just rather like keep it to myself, pray about it, and it seems to help. Because sometimes it's like, you know, I don't agree with your opinion, so let me just be quiet. But it'll be stuff like, oh, this is why you suck. This is why. And I'm like, wait, what? Did you really just write that? It's just weird. Like, really, I don't want to give an example because I don't want to slip in my thoughts. But I'm like, that's not nice. It's just really mean.
It is.
Well, not okay. Vocally, no one can compare to Michael. Michael has an angel voice. Maybe he's an angel that fell out of heaven, not to be funny.
Oh,
but I'm serious. I'm like, who has a voice like Michael? No one. But Chris vocally, though, has gotten much stronger. Even in his live performance, it's like much stronger from when I saw him back in 2010 to what he is now. Like I said, Chris, would you like to have a vegan lunch with me? I would love to chat with you. We could play the new Switch 2, but make sure you see me like when Switch 2 comes out, so we can play Mario Kart. But I definitely think Chris deserves recognition for outstanding. First of all, his catalog is fire, and I would say his performance. They said the last one was epic, and out of all Chris Brown things not to go to, that's the one I missed. I was like, "Oh, honey's getting married. I'm trying to save my money." Janet got a lot of my money too. But if I knew what I knew about that concert, I would say keep an eye on Chris. Who else is out there? Who we want to give a shout out for honorable musicians of both singing and performing? You have to have both. Somebody said Beyonce. Okay, Beyonce. We'll put her up there. I'll give her respect for that.
Child, I'm really trying to think hard. It's hard. Oh, Lord.
For
people
performer
and singer,
singers,
like
it's
good
hard.
catalog and performer.
Can I speak something into existence that we
Go
already
ahead.
know is going to happen? I'm gonna say it right now.
I know what she's
Jafar. Jafar. No, I'm so serious right now. He reminds me of Michael in so many ways, and I'm not even trying to put him in Michael's lane. You know, I want to give. I hate when people try and like make their favorite artist seem like they're better than Michael, and put by putting them in his box. Have respect for your artists and keep them in their own box. Okay, Michael had his box. He had his lane. But what I want to say about Jafar is that he has a knowledge of music, different genres, very versatile music taste, and the world, knowledge of the world, very smart. And he can play piano, he can sing, great performer. We've seen it at the Dolby Theater performance. He had his own little swag about him, his own little dance. It was different. It was him. It wasn't like any other Jackson like I've seen before. He has his own thing. So I'm gonna say it right now. I think once Jafar is ready, once his time comes and he's ready to put out the album, do the shows and stuff, he's gonna skyrocket. He gonna go up there. Y'all seen how everybody reacted when that song that was not supposed to be released with the wrong title came out.
Yes, but we were playing it.
Blew up. TikTok, it blew up. Instagram, Twitter, everybody was talking about it.
Facts.
And he didn't even say anything about it. To this day, I don't think he said anything about it. Just silent. It wasn't supposed to be, but
unbothered. He was like, whatever.
But one thing I want to say, yes, I think he's wonderful. He's gonna be one of the best. I just hope, I pray that he doesn't let people call him the second Michael Jackson. I hope that he doesn't let people call him the next king of pop, because that's one thing that I respect tremendously of Chris Brown. He's like, no, I was inspired by Michael. Without Michael, there would be no Chris. Mad respect on that when you respect those who you studied. So I hope he doesn't let people call him the second Michael Jackson or the new Michael Jackson, because they need to respect him for him. His name is Jafar, middle name, Tori.
Jafar Jeremiah Jackson.
And that is his name. And he should stand on his name and let his name be known, just like Michael Jackson made Michael Jackson.
JJJ.
So, yeah.
Come on.
You are lucky, Angel. And heck yeah, I think Jafar, if given the opportunity, will set his own lane. Somebody voted Usher or Justin Timberlake. Okay. Another for Usher. Okay, this is a good vote.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think all those artists are great, just in their lane. You know, they're great in their own way.
Yeah.
But you want to know what's crazy? Like pretty much all those artists y'all name are from like
inspired by Michael.
Yeah.
The 90s, early 2000s. There's nobody really now that's like, there are people who sing and perform now, but to me, there's nobody that was pushing the limits like them. Was pushing the limits like Michael and Janet. Now, like I don't know, music just started falling off. Like
No, I agree. Like you ever see like award shows and you'd be like, wait, we're losing great artists. Like,
Actually, no, I don't see award shows anymore.
no,
right? Because why would you bother?
Right.
the
Like,
last.
right? Like, and then the I never was a fan of twerking like that. But the fact that like women have to be half naked, like literally to get any kind of shine is ridiculous. Like I'm
Listen.
over it. I'm legitly over it. Especially black women. I'm just gonna call it out. Like I'm over it. Please put our clothes back on and we stop. We don't want to twerk anymore. We don't want to do it. It's just ridiculous. Like like I feel like that's all we're good for. It's like freaking some soft porn stuff going on. It's whack.
The standards have changed because the stuff that Janet and Michael got dogged for, they ain't even do nothing wrong. The stuff that they got dogged for, and I'm telling you, ooh, I'm seeing people in it's general audiences, family friendly award music shows, okay, with T words on, T words that you could be wearing for underwear. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say. And shaking. Shake it. Lord, Lord.
Like it was whack, man.
Yeah, a mess.
I guess AI's the hardest might be coming in. Very That's like, what's going on? Like, I just thought about like, yo, let's give a shout out to Austin Brown. I would like to see him get his just rewards in the space. He's a great dancer, great musician. Throwing that out there. He sounds extremely similar to his uncle and very similar presence. Yes. What makes Jafar unique, he also has this Jermaine thing. Study Jermaine's music. Shout out that he has an infusion of two voices. So it's almost like Michael and Jermaine mixed in one human.
He
Jafar
got the
get
influence of the main lead and the second lead.
Yes.
So
And and Jermaine was the lead in the beginning, rightfully
Yeah.
so.
yeah.
What Michael has over Jermaine, I don't like to compare, but I'm gonna have to compare. Michael, when he got especially like more comfortable in his artistry, it's almost like he's a human microphone. Like his name is Michael, but he sounds like a microphone amplifying his voice. And that's what makes that voice unique. It's like when he sings, you get chills. It's weird. I'm like, bruh. And actually, most artists can't do what Michael does vocally and still have a popish thing about him.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Michael's voice. I'm getting chills just talking about those vocals, bro.
There's something that both of them two have in common. And I can't remember where I heard it from. Somebody was like analyzing Michael's like vibrato. And they were saying normally like when they're singing, they do the vibrato thing, they're belting out. But if you notice, Michael's is kind of like a decrescendo kind of thing. His vibrato happens when he starts quieting, when his voice starts getting quieter, and Jafar's does too.
Well, remember in that song, I Need You, and out of nowhere, I need you. You're like, wait, what is going on? Wouldn't go a day without you.
Oh.
You're just like, what just happened? Poor TJ and Taj and Tarot's like, what just happened? Like, it's almost like another. I can't put that in words, but that's the magic of Michael.
Have you seen the meme that I think one of the brothers shared? I'm not sure if it was.
Yes! I want to play it, but I'm like, they're probably like, no, it doesn't belong to you. We'll put it on the list for sure. Loving, you got it. Because I want us to be well informed. I don't want us to be blind fans. I want us to have informative, unbiased, just come from facts. Like, because then they start labeling us a certain thing. And I'm like, no. We did our homework. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Oh heck yeah, front row seats. Like, I just love seeing the Jacksons in concert. I haven't had one Jackson disappointment yet. I saw everybody. Austin in concert, Paris, of course, Janet, the Jacksons. Why do I feel like I'm missing somebody? I haven't seen 3T though. Just saying. 3T, are y'all doing something in Havenhurst or something? Like, we need an American performance. What else? Why I feel like we're missing somebody?
So wait, you talking about all the ones you seen?
Mm-hmm.
You seen Rebe, Austin, Janet, the Jacksons. You seen Tito?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, if y'all can't tell, I was still a very big fan of Trish's.
So yes, I did.
I go back and rewatch them.
And I was like, oh man. Yeah, we need Jafar. We need Jafar in concert, and we need 3T in concert. Just to start out there.
That's
and
one of the.
Don't want to have to go to Europe. Money's tight.
I will cry. I'll be.
If we have a special assignment, I could be a camera girl for free if expenses are covered. Just saying.
That we will do for free.
Wait, and I gotta come with Jennifer and Tori.
By the way, y'all, I had an outfit idea for 3T. Y'all gonna have to meet me backstage, okay?
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
You know, Bruno did too. He made a post or something, and he was like, he gave, Michael his props, and he was saying like, I'll never be able to like reach Michael. Like, no one can reach Michael. So when people still try to push it, because I saw something with Bruno Mars, like a music stat, I think it was today. So when people try to push this thing like, oh, Bruno's better than Michael, Chris is better than Michael, I'm like, these are two people, you can find the receipts right now. They said they will never reach his level, humbly.
Kendrick Lamar said it too.
Well, here's the thing about Michael. To make another Michael is to strip someone of almost all their childhood. And who wants to do that again? Like, seriously, like, we're not doing that again. Michael also was a prisoner of his fame. So it's just like, he never really got to be like us. Like, Chris Brown could like literally play basketball in Harlem or in Soho and we're just chilling. Well, I mean, of course people are going to be like, oh, guys, but it was not going to be like call the cops. It's not going to be that. But Mike, to make another Michael is to take someone's humanity away again. Yeah. And that's the only way to make a Michael. Like, you don't want that. Mm-hmm. We want the children to have their childhood. We want their, and there's, I'm sure, things that we don't even know. Like, that would probably break our spirits if we knew what it took to really make a Michael a Michael.
There was so much he even had to sacrifice as a parent for his kids. People who trying to be better than him and stuff. Do y'all want to do that? Do y'all want to have to deal with that? Like, your kids, when they're with you, you can't even go play with them at a playground because everybody's going to run up to you like, oh my goodness, it's Michael Jackson. Like, the security had to go be with them. And he had to watch his kids play from the car.
Mm-hmm. I'd be honest. I think it's cool that a lot of these celebrities get to have somewhat of a normal life. Michael never had that. Ever. He can't even have a normal death, bro. Like,
man.
No, I was like, what? Like, what are we doing? But if you want to be the next Michael Jackson, are you willing to give up everything that makes being a human awesome? Like, you have to literally create your own sanctuary in places like Neverland or hide in other countries. Like, I'll be honest, that's not living. No. Like, living is being able to go down the street and go to your local bodega and be like, yo, let me get bacon, egg, and cheese and chill. Like, vegan of course, but
give me that orange drink.
You know what I'm saying?
Ham and cheese in a roll.
If you know, you know.
It's like, yo, do you want that? I mean, there's only one person I seen that got it for a minute was Justin Bieber. I was
Yes.
minding my own business and I got trapped in Macy's because my stupid behind didn't know he was there. I was trying to find the pictures. So the Believers or whatever they're called, they locked that whole block down. Justin. But after a while, it got too much for Justin. It's a lot. Like Michael and the brothers went through a level of fame, stayed humbled, and when they could, would accommodate fans. If the fans were calm. That's why I said stay calm when you meet them brothers or Jacksons in general. Because if you calm, you might be able to get some barbecue with them. But that's
Where'd the fireworks come from?
from where you live? Oh, shoot.
Oh, yours.
Your effect.
Michael. But I'm like, I wouldn't want someone to be the next Michael Jackson because that means you're a prisoner of fame, a lot of scrutiny. You can't take your kids nowhere. You can't go nowhere.
You have no friends.
Now,
Right.
Trish, now that you mentioned it, I think Justin Bieber was the one that got closest to the suffering that Michael did.
Yeah. And still
Today.
suffering. We don't know
Yeah.
what that boy is going through, but it must be bad.
Yeah.
You see the pain in Justin's face and his energy. And he wasn't like that in the beginning. And I'm just like, I'm going to say something that's unpopular, but I'm keep it real. If you have children, let them be children, keep them out of show business. And when they get to like maybe teenager, maybe entertain the situation, let them be kids because you don't know what it's going to take. Even the level of fame, no one's ready for that. Like it's a lot. And the fact that the Jacksons were exposed to that level of fame, they weren't even expecting it, and they stayed so grounded. Let's give them a hand of applause, man.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. I see the old footage; all of them are being grabbed. I'm like,
Fedora being ripped off his head.
Not I.
He would say he didn't like it. It would scare him when the girls and stuff would like snatch at him when he was a kid.
Yeah, it's scary. I definitely think Neil's a good one for sure. Yes. I don't know if he's as powerful as his uncle, but then again, I wouldn't compare him to Michael. Compare him to Jafar Jackson.
Right.
Yeah, heck yeah, they're extremely powerful. How nice. Yeah. Oh, okay. I've been listening to a lot of Jermaine's music lately. I think he's very underrated. Yeah. I spoke about this. It's not, I think where Jermaine lost that notoriety is he had some great singles and then he also had some great misses. And unfortunately, it'd be on the same album. So it's like he never had my opinion, a cohesive body of work. Like he'll have, like, let's say 4 great singles and then like 4 miss. When not to compare Janet or Michael to Jermaine, most, especially like the 80s stuff, all bops, like all hits. So it's just like he never had the producers to like get him like a solid album. You know, it would be like, am I wrong on this one? Because I was like, I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, but vocally, Jermaine is epically talented. It's just, where's his producers? Where's his, this is your voice, this is your strength. And then there's stuff we saw in that watch party. And I'm like, Jermaine, why didn't you release that? He's playing music with one of his sons. And I'm like, bro, I don't know.
He needed to find his sound. And I think that's what he was looking for. He really good. He has some hidden gems for sure. Stuff that I'm like, why didn't this chart? Why didn't this get out there? But it probably because it wasn't released as a single. And, you know, back then things had to be released as a single and stuff. It's different now. But like, And he has some really good stuff. I think he probably needed people to like a solid team to help him, to give him like outside perspective, consistent team, and the talent was there. His talent was there. He could play bass, he could play piano, he could sing. He knows what the performance is like. He's been doing this since he was a kid. He just needed like maybe the word I'm trying to consistency. I'll just say consistency. He just needs consistency.
Yeah. I mean, it's never too late. Tito did his albums in his later years and they came out really, really good. So I mean, I kind of wish Tito was around to be part of that project because I feel like Tito would have been a great asset. So I can imagine. I could imagine. Stay with love. That right? Stay with love, my Jermaine is so good. Heck yeah. Oh, don't play. Don't play. Don't
Ooh,
play. That would be awesome.
you're gonna hear
Oh,
screaming from Trish.
how do you know that, King Michael?
Show me the Carfax, please.
Come on, don't play with my energy. We're all crying.
No, I didn't see anything.
Heck yeah. So that's what Michael has over everybody. I will say that. Remember that video that came out last year, end of the year, and this little kid got a little Thriller jacket for Christmas, and you would have thought it was 1983 all over again? How big are you that you can give a kid a Thriller jacket in 2024 at the time, and this kid knew what to do? No artist has that. None. That's a great point. That is a great point. That's what makes a Michael a Michael. Janet does have staple pieces, especially the earring and stuff. And Rhythm Nation, I would say, but Michael has eras of that. I'm like, bruh. Fedora hats, the golden pants. Plant check.
But
Trish, what's with Trish today?
But the thing is with Michael, like even if you are not a fan or we're on a different level. But even if you're just like a regular person, you see a fedora or penny loafers or white socks, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. Look at white. If you see somebody with like high waters and some white socks and some black shoes, why is that person rocking Michael Jackson? It's 2020, So even
Yeah.
like people that are not fans are gonna be like, boom, Michael Jackson fedora, Michael Jackson one glove. You could be wearing one latex glove and people are gonna be saying, "Oh, what you think you're Michael Jackson?" He's just that
Yo,
iconic. Oh
did
my
you
god.
see the TikTok of the girl that was like, I thought my fit was stylish, but then but then she like looked at herself and she was wearing, it wasn't like the penny loafers like he wore, it's a different style loafer, and she had white socks on and high waters.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, she's on the toe stand. I was like, that is Michael.
That is true. That was the nail on the head because it's not the vocals. Yeah, catalog has to be tight. Yeah, performance got to be tight. Yeah, no one got that fashion thing but Michael. No one. Mic drop. That's it. You did it. You did it. Like that is true. No one has that. Well, you know what? Kind of Janet, but I'll give Janet that. But no. My Jermaine had a lot of good music, but I honestly feel his personality issues got in the way. Maybe. Well, I'll leave that alone. Jermaine, we can talk in private too.
Yeah, Jermaine, because how you gonna drop Summertime Feeling and then dip and then you come back with Save Tomorrow and then take it off of all platforms and dip again, man? Where you at?
I would say if I had to guess, maybe because he's a perfectionist to a fault, but I get it. That's how they were taught. It makes sense. But after a while, just like how TJ says, put it out in the world, and your fans will find you. Ooh, someone had a question I missed. I feel like we need to have a special guest with Jefferson here. Like, good question. Who wants to take that? That's great. What do you think the outcome would be if Michael Jackson never became a solo artist and was still a member of Jackson 5? I got an opinion, but y'all can take that first.
Go ahead,
If
Tori.
if I'm being real, I think history would be way different. I think I don't know. I still feel like, they would be real famous and everything. But with the way, like, especially like America moves on so fast from artists and stuff, like, they'll give them some years, maybe some decades, and then they kind of just forgotten. So I think, because you could even tell, like, when they had to leave Motown for creative freedom. Hey, Janya.
Hey.
When they got to Epic, it took, let me see. I want to say it took like 3 albums. No, 4. Because it went self-titled, Going Places. Yeah, it took them 4 albums to finally get an album to chart back in the top 10. So I think Michael made, it was a hard call, I'm sure, but I think he made a good call by choosing to step out to have more freedom.
Okay, career-wise, I think that was a good move. But human-wise, no.
Yep. You right.
So you have to pick. Right. Do you want somewhat of a normal life and maybe an okay career? And I honestly don't think his brothers was holding him down. I honestly don't. I think they would have been, like you said, famous. But what I noticed about what we saw in that Jackson, I'm gonna call it documentary, is that it doesn't look like they can be on the same page. And how could you? This is 4 different opinions. Michael and Jermaine in the picture, 6 different opinions, and they're all talented. How do you get your voice heard? You don't. So, and I think probably Michael got tired of being the little brother. You could just tell how they tease each other. That can get really annoying for real. Like sometimes I won't say, but some of my relatives treat me like I'm little Trish still. And I'm like, bro, I have gray hairs for me. Like, what are we doing? And I had to put my foot down. I was like, I'm not a kid anymore. Like, it's it gets frustrating. I'm like, and I know like the brothers are teasing each other, but at the end of the day, it's not always nice. So, could you imagine being little Mike and you got like this level of talent inside your body? I think if they were able to mature themselves as artists and hear each other's voices and plug in, all right, this is where Jermaine and Tito, I think they would have been epic. But I don't think they've learned to hear each other's voices. And that part sucks. And I get it. Like, I'm part of a sisterhood. Sometimes people's voices don't get heard for whatever reason. It could be frustrating at times. I mean, thank God now we have our own, we'll learn to hear each other better. But the point is, we still are in their own series. Like Jermaine wanted something, Tito wanted something, Jackie wanted something, Marlon wanted, it just wasn't working. They still never even got a single out. You know what I'm saying? Like, they let you show, like, it's hard. I know 3T had that issue when they had their docuseries. So it's just like, I think he would have been a better protected person if they stayed together, to be honest. But it didn't work out that way.
I think Michael would have been extremely unhappy as a person if he didn't break out from the brothers. He was too full. He had too many ideas flowing in him, and he wanted to branch out. So I think at the end of the day, it was gonna happen regardless. There was no way that would have never happened.
Yeah.
But
I
don't
mean,
you think the industry put a battery in his back? It started in the Motown era. We're trying to separate those brothers. If you want to break a bond up, put a battery in someone's back. You could tell they were trying to separate from observation Jermaine and Michael from that group. And once you do that, that starts to see the unhappiness. I agree with you, Jen. I think if they stay together, I think Michael would have to continue having solo projects like how they did on Motown. And then maybe every couple of years, let's do a Jackson's project. But I honestly hate they broke up. I really do. I felt like they were more protected when they were in a brotherhood. So I 100% agree with you, Jen. I think he personally would have been unhappy, but look at the snakes that got into his life once you got those brothers away from him. And it got way worse.
that's true. That's true. But then it would have been like what happened with the Jonas Brothers, where like the family internally got destroyed.
I don't know
So,
the background of the Joan. Well, maybe that's a
well,
private conversation, but I didn't know like there was some division going on with them.
one of the brothers broke up the band, um, and
Which
that
one?
fractured Nicholas,
No,
I
and
knew
that
it.
fractured
I knew it.
Nick broke up the band, and that fractured their bond as brothers. So, but
and
then they
that's
got back
the
together.
trick, though. Listen, I always say family is first. Even your family will understand pain that no other human will understand. At least you could say with the brothers, they all lost that childhood together. They probably witnessed things that no one could understand but them. You need them. And I could even use myself for an example. Like, since my mom passed away, my comfort is my own brother. He's like the only person that gets what we went through and how unique that was. I'm like, don't ever put your friends over your family. Family is first, always, even when they're annoying. Some of your family's toxic. Okay, we're not talking about the toxic people. We're talking about the people that you know that will have your back, that will be and understand your pain and your happiness and your celebrations. So I just feel like that once you started dividing those Jacksons, that's when they all became target individually.
Yeah.
And I mean, some bad stuff happened to all of them once they got separated. And that probably, my opinion, was the plan. Separate that family. Get Joe out the grip. Like,
That's how they got LaToya.
Mhm.
They convinced her to sever ties, and
see what happened. It was bad. They knew what they were doing.
it's rough.
Again, they got too powerful. So,
I also think it was the unfortunate upbringing they had. Like, the area that they were in, they could not be out there. They couldn't go over, like people's, like their school friends' houses to spend the night, because you can't trust people. It was a choice that their parents had to make and stuff. And I was talking to my mom, and like I even had to kind of grow up that way, because you can't trust folks and stuff. So they didn't really know, like with Michael being so young, he didn't really know how to operate with the outside world. So you go from having to be sheltered because your hometown is not super safe, then you get thrown into stardom. You can't be everywhere either, because you got mobs chasing you and fangirling and everything. And so once he got separate from them and then he got thrown into super fame, I think that might have caused a rift. Because, I remember Janet saying, like, when Thriller happened, it's kind of like he started being more to himself. They weren't super close and everything. It's so many things that played into his life. and the way things turned out to be in so many different circumstances and stuff. But
Yeah.
I think that had the family stayed together, or like, he kept a bond with the family, because the family was still trying to reach him even like in his last days and everything, and he eventually got back around with them, but it wasn't like, I don't know, it just wasn't
The same.
the same.
But I
And
think
hmm,
I feel like that would have happened regardless. Just if he would have stayed with the Jacksons or the Jackson Five, I think that would have happened regardless. Michael was just he had so much, not talent, but so many ideas and so many projects and so many things he wanted to get out. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like his vision and his genius was just, not saying that the brothers weren't, but he was on another level. He had a vision of something else, of long short films and these types of song and these type of message.
Hmm.
So either he would have been a very unhappy person because he never fulfilled what made him happy, but then he would have had, a family. So
Right.
Yeah.
I felt like Michael was married to music, and not saying the brothers weren't like that, but by the time, Michael was like discovering his own like voice, all his brothers had kids already, like literally. So
Hmm.
it's just like Michael doesn't have his kids until like what, late 90s or something. And
97.
so, right, it was a minute. It's like, bro. So I'm like, I wish if he had the foresight of his future, like knowing Michael, though, he probably still would have chose his career, but could there could have been a balance of sticking close to your family. Like that's
Yeah.
like I've even had people trying to separate me from certain people. And I'm like, oh, I know you lying. Like, and don't leave your current friends for new friends. Like, either expand your circle or just stay. Like, don't. In other words, don't swap out. Like, let's say you become a celebrity. Do not give up if you have good friends for a celebrity friend. But like, don't do that. Like, I
Hmm.
I remember in high school, and I could show you the pictures. So I gave myself a makeover. I lost a crap load of weight. I worked at the designer store. I did one of those clueless, makeover kind of things. So I got upgraded from the nerd table to the popular table. And I left all my nerdy friends behind. When I said it was the most messed up thing I've ever did, it gets worse.
Oh.
So now I'm at the popular table, right? They were so boring, so shallow. Oh my God, where are my friends talking about Marvel and stuff? And then of course I could never go back. They already saw what I just did. So I learned from high school, if you have solid people in your life, whether solid friends or solid family members, do not say, well, now I'm famous now. No, stay in your lane. Like, because you don't know what's on the other side. Some people like you because they can get money off of you or access or power. Those are not your people. You want your real people. If you have real good people, you just stay with them. And I don't know if Michael had his peoples or don't, but I just felt like there has to be at least some family members that you like, you know what? I'm gonna rock with you. Let me do 2 albums, then we'll do a family album. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe 2-2-1. I don't know. We don't know how different their life would be. I just felt like Michael never got to experience being a human the way we did, or even how they did. They got to like
Yeah.
have somewhat of a normal life and then come back into fame again. I don't know.
Yeah.
I always feel
Yeah.
sorry for Michael. I always feel like, dad, bro, you just never got a break.
I think um I'm agree with Jen. Like I feel like eventually it would have been like a given for him to step out to kind of do what he wants. Cause like even Marlon, there was an interview. I think it was the Video Soul. He wasn't even in the group no more. And the guy was like, "Well, like why'd you leave the group?" And he was just like, he downright just said, "Sometimes you just get bored with the same old thing." So I wanted to step out and do what I wanted. do what I wanted to
Yeah.
do. He did his album and stuff, and he was learning different synthesizers and instruments and just kind of stepping out and doing new things himself. So, I mean, I'm sure it was rough for the brothers and stuff and uncertainties, like, what's to come now. But I think it's hard because it came with a lot of mess for Michael leaving the group and being by himself. But I think history would not be the same
It
had he
wouldn't.
stepped out.
It wouldn't. Oh man. Let's go to the next slide. Who wants to take over here, Los Angeles? Okay, I guess I will.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm sorry. She's like, okay, then, no hell.
Everybody in the station had inside joke. We were like,
Oh yeah.
So, shout out to John and Prince for still being part of the wildfire relief system. If you are having trouble in any kind of way, legal support, please use your resources. They will help you guys out. Tori, do you have the email from John around to briefly read?
Yeah, I have the webpage pulled up on the screen share.
All right. Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the picture of the helicopter is fighting the fire. And it says the new year has brought challenges for Los Angeles as devastating wildfires have deeply impacted our community. Many schools, churches, businesses, parks, and more have suffered losses, leaving countless people displaced and in need. Despite the hardships, the resilience and generosity of the Los Angeles community has been truly inspiring. From evacuation shelters to resource centers offering essential supplies like food, water, and clothing, we've witnessed neighbors and organizations stepping up to support one another. The overwhelming outpouring of donations has been so significant that some organizations and companies have even paused accepting items due to the sheer volume of contributions. Wildfires such as the Eden Fire, Kenneth Fire, Hearst Fire, and Palisades Fire have caused widespread devastation, making it difficult to know where to focus relief efforts. However, many incredible nonprofit organizations and companies have mobilized to provide critical support. Early during the fires, Hillelay encouraged immediate donations to two organizations making a significant impact: the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation and the California Fire Foundation. And how Hillelay is supporting. As Hillelay monitored the wildfire situation, our thoughts immediately turned to our community school, Laredo Street Elementary, which was dangerously close to the Eden Fire. During the first week of the fires, all Los Angeles Unified School District schools were forced to end classes early, with students, teachers, and staff staying home for their safety due to the fire threat and poor air quality. We soon learned that the teachers and staff at Laredo Street Elementary were profoundly affected by the Eden Fire. Many of their homes were either destroyed or severely damaged, leaving them with little to return to. Beyond losing their homes, these dedicated educators are also grappling with the challenge of supporting their students while navigating their own personal hardships. We have created a relief support page where donations will be accepted, and your donation will directly assist these teachers and staff by providing critical resources such as temporary housing, essential supplies, and emotional support to help them rebuild their lives as a result of the wildfires, and it should become necessary. Also, provide similar support for future disasters that affect the teachers and staff of Laredo Street Elementary. And then they have a link in, I'm assuming, their social media bios, and you can support the teachers and staff at Laredo Street Elementary School. Every contribution helps provide the stability these educators need to continue inspiring and educating the children in our community. Your generosity will help them recover, rebuild, and navigate this challenging time while also preparing for future disasters should the need arise. Together, we can show our gratitude for their unwavering dedication and support and support them as they work to rebuild their lives. Please click the link here to donate today. So there's a link right there that you can go to. And then they also said they would be supporting or helping to support in legal situations. It'll help support the teachers and staff of Laredo State Elementary School. Our dedicated legal team is available to assist them in navigating the complex challenges they may face as a result of the wildfires. Um, yeah, Lord, the insurance thing is still throwing me off. I'm glad that they have that. I don't think people would think about that, like having a legal resource team.
You have to. You know how much a house costs in Cali? What if you one of them lucky people, you inherited or you got it before they were averaging $1 million? You're telling me you're not covering anything? Where am I going? No, I'm sorry. Wrong is wrong. And I mean, we still don't want to get into the theories and what. I ain't touching that. But what I will say, it's wrong is wrong. If I paid for insurance, I expect things to be paid out.
And they said, well, I've seen some like California or LA locals. They said that depending on how exactly this whole thing started, the insurance companies probably won't help. They have to determine something. That's all. I'm gonna leave it at that. But they have to investigate and determine how in the world things happen. But I'm not sure. I just seen like some comments made online and stuff. But
that's a lot. It does. It does. And this could have happened to anybody in your this. I say for those who believe in the power of the prayer, please, I'm serious, pray up and ask for protection for everybody. This is the worst January I've ever experienced in my life.
Who listen?
For a multitude of reasons. Like, whoa.
This January is dragging.
And it's unsettling. It's very unsettling. It's like, whoa.
What is happening? They said that them fires started January 7th. We're now almost in February and things are still happening. I think oh my goodness, was it last Thursday? Another fire had popped up.
A big one.
And it was moving fast. I'm not sure how that's going right now, what they're doing with that, but oh my goodness.
Well, thank you, LA, for just being so supportive and getting aid to people. So if you guys want to donate, head out to the link. And if you don't have the newsletter, please sign up for the newsletter. Like a lot of people, how do you guys know about this stuff? Newsletter, and Instagram.
And
no
social
special
medias.
tricks here. Like special tricks.
They post stuff on their Twitter, on their Instagram, and please, this is a great charity, so please donate if you can. And if you're in like the LA area and you can volunteer not only for Heal LA but for other charities, please do. A lot of us wish, like I can't. I try to figure out a way to go out there. I just can't because I have to work and they won't give me the days off. But I wish the government allowed for certain people when they wanted to like volunteer for you to get that time off. You were allowed to from jobs. But unfortunately, my job doesn't support that. I don't know if other jobs do. But if you can help volunteer.
It's like I can't even get a day off.
Yeah. So if you can volunteer and help out, please do on behalf of us.
Yeah. Ooh. Prince was out there helping.
That's awesome.
And I love that he went under like his name tag was, his real name. It was just Mike.
Yeah.
And that, Lord, the fans was just, they were all over that like, oh, why is it Mike? Why is it? That's his real name, y'all. His real name Michael. But he went out there. He didn't put Prince. He didn't put that his name was Jackson. He just went out there as Mike, and that's it. Okay.
And he loves that name.
I'm gonna call him that. I'm like, what's up, Mike? No, I'm kidding.
I've always said Prince represents the legacy of Michael's humanitarian acts like no other.
Mm-hmm.
He's amazing with that. I think it's harder to get your hands dirty like that. I be like, he's out there, man. He's with the kids. He's with the community. Even when he does the Hill Los Angeles activities, at the house, he's there. He talks to us. He listens to our stories. Heavy or not, he listens. So, this is another tough question. I don't know if I could touch that one.
Which one?
If it's possible that Michael, wait, that's not it. This one here, my bad.
Well, music wouldn't be what it is today.
No.
History wouldn't be the same.
Yeah. Music videos wouldn't be what it is today.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. A lot of barriers that he broke. Unity, wouldn't be as strong as it is today. Because he changed, I think, with his humanitarian work and the unity that he brought, he changed a lot of hearts. I know he affected me, like I said earlier. Coming from like a Latino background, we are kind of like into that whole certain TV shows that we have in the Hispanic channels that are about gossip, a lot of like judging. Oh, look at this one. Oh, look at what she's wearing. And because of Michael, I don't do that. I grew up not to do that coming from him. So a lot of unity and respect. He changed that. He transcended so much that a lot of people would be different because he
Even
changed
the
a lot of lives.
Jacksons, remember, their music was uniting people too in the Jackson 5 era.
Mm-hmm.
The world would not be the same.
Nope.
Yo, we would not be here right now on this live. What the heck? That's
I
crazy.
believe, though, if you're meant to know somebody, you will. Just might be in another way.
Oh,
Yeah.
Somebody should put it in Chat GPT. Like, prop that question in.
how would we know each other? No, I'm really trying to think.
But I got a question. What would Michael Jackson be doing as a professional if he wasn't into entertainment?
If he didn't get his butt beat up for being too little,
What?
you know how they pick on little people? At least when I was little, they used to
Oh, the pillow fights.
For the little ones. Maybe a music teacher or something.
No, if he had like no musical talent.
Oh, none.
I gotta agree with the chat teacher. Maybe something to do with maybe he would still be a humanitarian. Maybe he would like have an organization or something.
Okay.
And Gary?
Let's hope he got out of Gary.
If Michael would have said in Gary, it would have been like Michael in Bad short film.
Oh God.
I remember when we went to Gary, especially in the early days, it looked like someone threw a bomb there and said, "Peace out, good luck." And I'm like, bro. So they're rebuilding Gary now, but there was no casino back then. But that would be interesting.
I could see him trying to heal Gary. Like maybe he would be like the one that would like spearhead I don't know. Healing Gary, fixing it.
I wonder if it would have been a statistic. You got 9 beautiful children. Shout out to Jackie.
Oh.
Jackie looked like a work of art, like a African god. Like what do you have? 20 pack as abs?
Trish, what happened to Randy? Let me stop.
Randy just like that in the future, but if you ever seen an African, like a real African body, they're insanely athletic. It's like a freaking nature. And I just be like, why are your bodies so athletic? It's amazing. Oh, I said maybe the American diet messes up or something. Was that I did
Yeah,
not
it
get
does.
no 6-pack. Okay. But
No,
not for nothing. Now that I'm in the gym, when I said my body's cutting up quick, so I'm still fat, but muscular fat. So I said, oh, I am athletic. I just needed to go to that job. But I got muscles popping out everywhere. Jackie, I'm coming for that 6-pack.
sorry, Jackie.
But I love, I ain't gonna lie, I love an athletic body. Even on females, maybe not, like one girl, she was in the gym the other day. I first thought it was a dude, then I looked twice and said, oh, she got breasts. That's too big if I gotta do a double take on you. But I mean, to each his own. You know, you're still healthier, muscular than not. You know what I'm saying? Well, maybe she just got a little too overboard.
Now the American diet is crazy because I remember I went to Europe. Chow. Like, look, I feel like the American McDonald's are moving towards this way. We went to McDonald's and like there was no machine to make your drinks and like refill your own drinks. The large size there was a US McDonald's medium, that medium size. The little skinny long cup. They didn't have no big size like the way we do. They fill your cup up. They don't even fill it up to the brim.
That's
Okay?
true. Even in
Can't get
Mexico, it's not like it's small. Like their largest are small.
and there was always, I will say though, there was always some bread on the table though, and that's carb. There was always some bread, but there was always water too. So like we had smaller portions. The food was definitely healthier.
Yeah.
You know, definitely healthier. I'm sure I lost some weight. And it's more walkable there. So they get to walk them calories off.
I agree. I know in Paris we did. Okay, we were typical Americans and we went to McDonald's too. So only in the Europe they have vegan French fries from McDonald's. They're not vegan in this country. And I ain't gonna lie, some of that food was I only had fries. It was nasty, bro. But I noticed the food taste was less salt on it and it was definitely like less greasy. It was just, and then that's why I didn't like it. I was like, ew. They were making fun of us too. It was me, MJ Fangirl, Randall. This is the first time I met Randall. And there's two other guys. And I forgot who said something. They said, don't be those dumb Americans who just go to American restaurants. And I'm like, all right, McDonald's it is. We did exactly. I went to Subway. I was like, peace out.
I went to Burger King. They had a Burger King there.
How was it?
I think it was good. They had a Taco Bell too, but it was different.
Like healthier.
I was in Spain and they had different like what did they call it? Because like it's just ground beef, but I can't remember what they called it, but it made it sound like if you were to translate it directly into English, you would think you were getting like steak. It's beef, but you would have thought you was getting some gourmet stuff. But the wording was different. The menu items were different. And then McDonald's had a McChicken, but it was better. It was better than the one in America. And they even came in like a little box and everything, not in the yellow wrapper. And they called it a McPollo. I love it.
It sounds good though.
It was good. I still think about it.
Pollo is just chicken in Spanish.
I know, but I thought it was just like, I'm like,
it sound real good. I was like, dang.
It was. It had like, it was like something was deluxe about it. You know, it was like not the impoverished chicken sandwiches that we get here. It was like, yeah, we're stepping on you, Americans. Like we're stepping.
Well, the moral of the story is when you go to Europe, be those Americans and see what it tastes like overseas.
Because they don't use as many chemicals.
It's illegal. Half the food in this country is illegal over there.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
why.
That's horrible. But
what's this live about?
my God. So if anyone's going to stay for square one, that's another hour and some change. I'll stick it out. But every night, it's okay to go to bed. I thought it was going to be a short discussion, 30 minutes. I'm like, Jen, just, it'll be short.
Nah,
My bad.
done.
Wait, and we're still not done. Tori, take over. Hold on.
Oh, brother. Oh. So, tomorrow, well, I was supposed to announce it tomorrow, but starting, let me get the flyer. Let me
Well,
get the
tomorrow's
flyer.
today. It's a whole different day.
Today,
It's Thursday.
okay, let me share my screen. I'm going to share my screen. Y'all heard of Janet Jackson Appreciation Day. Okay. Shout out to Matthew A. Cherry, wonderful filmmaker. He came up with Janet Jackson Appreciation Day some years ago. Because a particular individual had the opportunity to come back and do Super Bowl when that individual was involved in the 2004 thing, but only Janet was villainized. So I'm going to leave it at that. So he said, you know what? Let's get Janet Jackson Appreciation Day started. Let's take that. Let's claim this day for her. Let's get her name trending on this day and get attention put on her. So now every Super Bowl Sunday is Janet Jackson Appreciation Day. So last year it was the 20th anniversary of Demita Joe, which is an album that got kind of blacklisted and treated unfairly due to the 2004 Super Bowl thing. So I was like, oh, okay, well, why don't we do a chart week for that? We've been on this chart week thing for the Jackson's music since 2022. So I was like, okay, let me do it for Janet. Well, this year I was like, I want to do something, but I'm not gonna lie, organizing a chart week, it's a lot of work. It's a lot. You gotta put so many instructions out and things are busy for me. So I was like, I still want to do something because like Trish said, she's doing shows still, still giving herself to us even while she's dealing with grief, So I was like, okay, let's make it into a Janet Jackson Appreciation Week. So it's not exactly a week, but it'll start Tuesday, February 4th. So I think 5 days from now. And it's going to be days of watch parties, streaming parties, and some more. I will give y'all a hint. There most likely will be Janet Jackson trivia, so get on your Janet Jackson knowledge. All right? Get the knowledge.
I will not be playing because I want to keep my card.
You will be playing. You will be playing. You will.
Especially Tori. Tori be like, in May 5th, 1978, what was Janet wearing? I'm like, Tori, I'm out of here. You do have the hardest trivia I've ever seen.
And you know what? No, I'm still mad because I thought those questions were easy. Because
Where?
everybody, for Michael, like,
no.
At Havenhurst? At Havenhurst?
Oh, well, the
That
questions at
was hard.
Havenhurst was mad easy. But the one
Some
that
were
I
easy.
did,
Some weren't.
the one that I did for the live that one time, y'all were like, this is hard.
Yeah, that live one.
That's the one I left, and I was like, I can't do this no more, and my family was here.
Yeah.
Was that one? I was like, I'm out.
Like, let me see. I can't even think of one of the questions.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Oh, they're going to bed.
It's 3 hours on their side. 2 hours and 50. That's what's a child. If y'all here for square one, or we could end it and just change the title and do square one another day. It's your call. It can't be next week though. It's Janet Jackson week, but I was like, Lord, yeah, I was.
Morgan, you was there. Listen, matter of fact, I'm about to go pull that thing back. Them questions was not that hard.
Should be, what shade of pink was Janet Jackson wearing that sweatshirt? I'm out of here. Good night.
It was powder pink. No, I'm kidding. Where is?
No. This short discussion is almost 3 hours long.
We did what
Yeah.
short discussion?
Serena
Short?
said another time. That's all right. I can do it.
I can't find the question. Michael Jackson. Let me see. Did I
So
find
that
it?
means we got to change the title. I get it. Like, there's no way.
My computer's frozen. No.
Trish, it can't be next week, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It'll be the weekend, though.
Oh,
Not next weekend.
No, this weekend.
Oh, okay.
But when is the chart week? She said it's in the 4th.
Next week.
Appreciation Day starts Tuesday. It's up to y'all.
Okay, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I love Janet. I do. I'm all for Janet Jackson Appreciation Week. I'm all about boycotting the Super Bowl. But I'm also a Michael Jackson fan.
wait, we were supposed to talk about that. So here's the plan. Here's the plan.
Okay.
There will be some sort of stream or something for it. Let me see when. I don't even know when the Super Bowl starts. Start time. It's supposed to start 5:30 p.m. Is that Eastern time?
I believe so.
Oh no. It's 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. So 5:30. Oh, that's 5:30 p.m. my time. That's what pulled up.
Where are they playing?
New Orleans.
Okay.
But we will be doing something on this live stream here for Janet. However, the Super Bowl will be kept on in the background just in case. Oh,
yes, King Michael. How did you? Oh, he's probably going now.
no, wait. He sent me something. I forgot to tell y'all.
Okay.
Find it. I don't know if it was necessarily confirmation, but it said, let me find it. So the article, it says, sitting out this year are Sony, Warner Bros., Netflix, Amazon, MGM Studios, and Lionsgate. It's not expected that Apple Studios will have anything either. The last time Warner's made a big play during the Super Bowl was for 2023's The Flash. James Gunn's Superman won't have a new spot. Those trailers aired during the AFC and the NFC championship games last weekend. So I guess
the backlash with Superman.
What'd she say?
You saw the backlash with Superman trailer?
No.
When I said they were going in on the most unexpected thing, all I will say, y'all, is go to Gadget Trish and I play the trailer and play the feedback and then find out why everybody was so mad. I was like, what did I just miss? The internet be internet. And I'd be like, oh my God. But yeah. And give a thumbs up to that post while you're there. It's like, I said, I guess they were like, we're not spending money and you clown this. Like, they clown that trailer so bad.
Dang.
That's next Sunday, the 8th. If you want to see it for free, sign up for Tubi and it will stream there for free.
Wait.
Sunday the 9th.
Okay, because I was like, hold on, did I schedule this wrong?
My bad.
Yes, so we will be giving. Let's hope there's something for Michael. I don't know.
I'm still going to have it in the background, especially if we're going to stream it for free.
Right.
I literally have a little TV. This is my old phone. I never threw it out. I'm so glad I never threw it out. It still works. But anyway, and I watch TV in the background. Because they were trying to give me $50 for an $800 phone. I wish I would.
Ciao.
And it turned out I could still listen to Station Head and everything. It's just put it on Wi-Fi. So this is my little TV. Yay. So I wish I would. How we go from $800 to $50? Does that make any sense?
Nope.
Plus, I don't mind having a phone that actually has a physical, what they call it, e-card,
They're trying to give you sense.
Which singer? Oh, now you're being messy. I'm not touching that.
And on that note, I gotta go to bed.
They're trying to get the buzzing started.
I went, because no matter what you say, you lose. So I might say nothing. There is no right answer.
I respect both artists, and they're wonderful in their own lane.
Great answer. Jen is available for PR. I'm not messing with our fan base, and I'm definitely not messing with theirs.
Right on.
I am.
We are a part of. No, shut up.
They don't. We got a clue just now that it may not air Super Bowl, but since it's streaming for free, I say just play it in the background.
What are they doing? I'm sorry. Like, we got a singular picture of Jafar. A professional picture of Jafar. That's all we got.
I think if they don't do it, it's a missed opportunity. It's a huge, big, epic missed opportunity. Because it would have been, Michael would have taken over the Super Bowl, period. What more can you want?
What more do you want? No, I'm sorry.
No, it's true though. Like,
it would have been the biggest bust ever. Biggest buzz around Michael, around the movie. They would have people would have started listening to the music starting now. People would have been in the hype now. Then they released the second trailer mid-year. I mean, come on.
Last year,
I know.
Prince's birthday. I think it was Prince's birthday. That's when he dropped that picture of Jafar. Prince's birthday is coming up. February, what is it, 13th?
I think
when is Prince's birthday? Prince.
Hey, Prince. Yeah, could you imagine coming to New York? Well, actually, he's probably doing with the stuff in LA. Say, come to New York. Come here.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike.
Mike.
Come to Shelly's house. When I say Shelly house is the house, I said, come over to Shelly's. We can play Sonic together or Mario Kart. Could you imagine? I'm like, guess who got the house?
Be like, Prince.
Just let me know. I'll be on a flight right quick.
Literally. You know, Shelly would let you come over. I'll be like, just come in.
His birthday is February 13th. Maybe we'll get something on February 13th again.
It would be nice.
Where's Bronca's birthday? I never say his name right. I'm so sorry. Where's his birthday? Maybe he'll drop it on there.
That'll answer. J5. Duh.
Hold on. Him and Jermaine got the same. Wait a minute. They got the same birthday?
Which band is better? The Jacksons or Jackson 5? The one with Michael in it.
No, listen. You know why I'm going to give it to J5? Because someone made a point earlier. How does your music age? And with that being said, J5.
Yeah.
Boom.
Christmas album.
Boom.
Now we have a new measure of success. Classability. Even a real word. But you know what I'm saying? Like, how timeless. There we go. How timeless is your tunes? So you have timeless tunes. Only a handful of artists. I mean, Supremes have a couple, but I've never heard Supremes just randomly come in the store ever. Maybe the restaurant though.
You can't hurry.
Go to 5 people and ask them. Tell me 5 Jackson 5 songs. Tell me 5 Supreme songs. And what do you get?
right away, all you gotta do, the first 4 songs could be their first 4 number ones. And then you could add what, like Rock and Robin? I know that was a cover, but you can still put that on there.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
I saw, well, that was cover. I was gonna say I saw Mama Kiss Santa Claus.
Oh, that one too.
Do you have the timeless tunes test? That's what we call the TTTs, timeless tune test.
3T.
I give you love.
I give you love.
And that's a timeless tune. We have standards here thanks to, hold on. We gotta find that comment. Who set that off? I'm like, there it is.
The outfits alone.
It was D Ray, right? That brought that up about the timeless thing.
I think. Was it the Bruno Mars question?
Yeah, but he was the one that made you realize like how long, like the shelf life of something. I'm like, that's it. That's what makes Michael. Timeless tunes.
That's when we were talking about the Bruno Mars and Chris Brown and Michael Jackson.
And because, well, Chris does have a way longer catalog, but it's based on that. How long? That's like Chris will probably make it. Chris will be there. He'll have his own title. He will not be the king of pop. He'll be the king of R&B or the king of whatever. We'll find it. We'll figure out something for Chris. But that's what's up.
I don't think any artist can have as timeless music as Michael Jackson, though. That's just me. I respect them all.
That's what's up.
Dang, I want to go. Oh, not Michael or James Brown. Oh, we get in dangerous territory.
I can answer that one too. Timeless tune test.
I think the way I measure it is by, I understand people can be really talented and they can sing and they can dance. They have good vocals and stuff. They probably can play some instruments, but I think what sets Michael apart is the way he revolutionized things, the way he took things to another level, the way he took things to a point that have never been done before. So, and if people really want to get on his level, I need to see that happening. When he went into making Thriller, he said he didn't want any B-sides. No B-sides. Meaning he didn't want any songs that get lost in the shadows. He wanted every single song to be a hit. The whole album was a hit. Even the underrated or the lesser known songs like Baby Be Mine, they're still hits. They're still bops. The Lady in My Life, still a bop. It wasn't a single. Classic.
So that is the song.
Okay. So I want to be able to go into an album and like the whole thing. I don't want to just like maybe 5 out of the 11 songs here and there. Every other song is cool. I need it to be a solid piece of work. I need to see you taking things to another level.
I agree.
Yeah, Thriller has no skips whatsoever. It's just,
none.
It is what it is. Period.
Even Thriller, the song, is a no skip.
If you put anybody against Michael Jackson, just gonna lose.
Yeah.
Like, no, you can't.
I mean, I don't. Oh. No.
Oh.
Like I said, I respect them both. They're both great in their own lane.
You talking about these guys?
Oh, no, I'm talking about.
Oh.
Or Usher versus Chris Brown.
I'm keeping it real. I'm voting for Chris. I seen both in concert. No, I will make it clear. Usher's extremely talented. But what I've noticed about Chris, he like Usher's starting to connect with his fam now, but Chris was always connecting with us. Always. And I'm like, he really appreciates us, man. Like it's always say if everyone's beautiful, right? Then what's the next step? Personality. What's the next step? Individuality. You understand? Like personal views. And I just feel like it's such a miss when you don't connect with your fans.
Right.
Usher doing it now, but I met Usher before in person. I also seen him in concert. It's Chris. Chris feels like a warm hug when you're around him. And I remember I had Mickey Mouse ears when I met him. Oh my God, the dancers was like, Chris is gonna love you when he sees you. And he did. And he signed my album. He wasn't supposed to. He was so kind to me. I was like, like crying, bro. I almost passed out. I was so happy to see him. Never saw him again, though, because I can't afford it. But me and my cousin, we be putting up money in trying to get them front row seats and meet and greets. It's not, well, Usher now is connecting, but Chris was connecting with us from day one.
I think that's a key thing. Like, you don't gotta go and like
have dinner with
and
us, right?
And beyond, but like, you know, show your fans love. Like, maybe do something for them. Like, maybe do a pop-up show or something, or I don't know. Like, you gotta have some sort of connection with your fans. I feel like, because they're the ones that is buying your music.
Mm-hmm. Like sometimes he'll like show up in spaces you wouldn't expect, and I'm just like, I remember. So we went to see Chris at a concert, and a little kid passed out on the stage, and I remember, you know, I got dolls everywhere. Let me get my doll. So the kid passed out, and Chris was like, "Let me get a solo of this." Well, I got pants under there, y'all. So the kid was like this in his arm. So he was like real gentle how he passed it to the parent in the crowd. I was like, the kid just lost it and passed out. I was like, no. Wait, well, I feel like I'm missing some. Wait, what? I got no makeup on, please, no clothes. I have a little on my eyes. That's about it. But it's like, I don't know. And Chris keeps elevating every single tour. You be like, for crying out loud, he had AI Michael and he was flying in the air. It was a lot.
What?
I have to see Chris next time for sure.
I know. I regret not seeing it. And then Red said it was one of the best concerts she ever seen in her life. And you know, I respect Red's everything. Red is just. I was like, I missed the concert of the year. Honey went there. Everyone saw it. And then Honey, like, if it wasn't for Janet, I would have did it. But when I say Janet wiped my money out.
I feel guilty every time he said that.
Chris was like 400 compared to Janet's how many thousand? So I was like, bro.
Don't even say.
Like,
my mama to this day still asks. I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you. All I know is this is a life
one that's very mother-like. So she'd be asking me questions. I'd be like, don't worry about it, sweetheart. I'm just kidding. I'm very brief on how I answer it because she'd be like, what's the point of this? Like, I don't get. I'm like, come on, auntie. What's the point of this? If I do stuff all the time, then you got that. But Janet Jackson, front row seats, gotta do it at least once. Not just at least once. I'm 100 years old. I earned it.
It was so cool because.
Go ahead.
Like I always wanted that barricade experience. And like that's kind of the closest thing I got, because like at my show there was like the barricade, but you could kind of step up on it to get closer, and it was like a big space in front of you. And I'm never mind. I'm not gonna. It's cringe, but yeah, like no, I took that cringy barricade picture with like the hand. Like the Gen Z kids now, it's like, I got barricade. But the reason why they do it is because they wait overnight, like days, camping out on the sidewalk to get barricade, because it's general admission or like general pit. So there's no assigned seat. You just stand the whole time. So you gotta like run to the barricade to get up front. So that's what they do.
How do you go to the bathroom though?
There's a whole process to it. Honestly, well, okay. So from what I've seen, like the artists now that do GA pit, you gotta like camp out right outside the venue if they allow it. And then when you get whoever starts the line first, that's number one in line. Whoever gets, and then after that, you get unofficial numbers. And then I think the morning of the show or the day of the show, security for the venue or the show comes out and you get official numbers. And then you could go put your tent up or whatever and take a bath and eat. And then you go back and I think you line up in chronological order, like with the numbers. But I hear that even though you still got a chance to go home and use the bathroom and wash your tail and everything, people will downright use the bathroom in the middle of the concert and they're funky and musty.
Oh.
And you all smothered in like sardines because it's standing room.
I'll pass, but I'm for a good story. And I'll live through that person.
I would do it, but I'm scared that people won't take a shower. And I don't want to smell that.
That's like New Year's at Times Square.
That's a hell to the no. I will only do New Year's if you can get, I call it the super rich box, and be like, just show up and we'll let you sit down in one of those fancy,
Exactly.
I'm not doing that.
You'll get a UTI. Or
No,
a diaper rash.
In my diaper. I don't care. And adult diapers are not as good as kid diapers, so I would suggest you don't pee in it. I'll leave that there.
Oh,
I didn't do it, but I figured a couple of things out. Don't do it. Don't pee in them things. They make them better for babies.
Lord.
But I swear I haven't used it yet.
They say that people at casinos do it too. Like they'll be
maybe maybe I need the pins or something. I got like my friend gave me like these generic ones. And I'm like, I have a feeling if I really pee in here, it's still going to be a mess, just less messy. But maybe for the content, go for the design, it depends. Because I just use it. Well, I'll say it for the airport, just in case there's an issue. Because the airport sometimes to be like, oh, you can't go to the bathroom, and I'm like, oh, I can't hold it. So, but thank God I've never had to use it yet.
You better double up.
Or maybe just get a designer one. Like, they're expensive. Adult diaper is just expensive as, like, I probably never need it for real, but sometimes when you have babies, you need diapers. That's a good example because you leak them. Shout out to all the mommies out there. But Jen, I know you have the craziest schedule out of all of us. Is it safe to let you go? Because me and Tori are talkative on steroids, bro. You got the chatty patties of the group. Well, also Jess too.
No, when you get us all together.
Hot mess, 5 a.m. talking.
Sun coming out.
Yes, that was the other day. But yeah. Yeah. Are we gonna watch the documentary? I'm not gonna watch it tonight, but
maybe
another night.
Saturday night. Is that possible? Or I don't want to say Friday. I have unfortunate situation to do, but Saturday would be best for me.
I have a movie night on Saturday.
Sure. Let me shut up. Let me not ask.
Well, I know Monday's the worst day for you, Toy, right?
Terrible day.
Sunday night, maybe, but with a promise of a 2-hour talking off.
Yeah.
If we could do a Sunday with like there's no discussion. We spoke about square one. We're done. Just press play. Yeah. All right, guys. So we're sorry. This has happened before. Where the live went too far. We'll do part 2. Part Tuesday. Oh, here she goes. Boy, I don't see her. What the hell?
She's here.
She's here. This is why you can't let senior citizens do technology. I'm over this. Like,
Lord. Yeah.
Oh, these questions.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I gotta go to bed.
Oh Lord. All I'm gonna say is he had very innovative plans for that show that I still have yet to see happen at anybody else's show. So I'm gonna leave it at that. That's all.
Just for MJ.
Mm-hmm.
But
MJ
So is it safe to end it, or?
yeah, let's just hope. Like I said, the news has not been confirmed. Let's just hope that we get something on the Super Bowl. Something, just something, a little something. Feed us, please.
And if something happens, we'll update you guys on Sunday. So,
Yes.
and then Tori could definitely go over the Janet Jackson week a little bit better. So she gave us a sneak peek. She can just break it down. So I guess with that said, ladies, I guess good night for now.
Good night for
Oh,
now.
oh wait, and thank you all for the super chat. Thank you.
Getting to that movie premiere.
Yes, I appreciate you. And with that note, Gather Trish, Jen, and Tori is out.
Night.
Thank you for watching this live or replay. Make sure you sub to this and Tori's channel from Invincible Jacksons. Like this video and share, and we will see you real soon.